I am a dumbass. That's why it wasn't working in the first place, because I had the stupid button click still. So I was listening to myself talk the entire time because I was testing my mic earlier. Let me go ahead and reshare the window with you.
Okay.
I just have it sharing applications for Chrome, because that way you can actually have sound working on it too.
Okay.
Can you see it fine? I'm not doing anything on it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and check the stream volume? Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do.
Volume sounds just good.
Okay.
Just fine.
Alright. That's the one thing I do like about the Twitch streaming labs, is it has like the recommended audio levels for everything. Alright, I don't even remember where I left off yesterday.
Beverly Hillbillies video game.
Right. Should probably get stream switched to Chrome if it wants to work for me. Doesn't look like it wants to work for me. 1 second.
Hello?
There we go.
Ah, Trevor, you're alive.
You called?
Hey, he's alive.
I
Okay.
didn't mean to scare anybody. It's just I had to take. I didn't end up sleeping.
Now you're
I
good.
figured you didn't.
Huh. Let's see.
Because when you called me earlier, your phone camera was on, and I could tell you were asleep.
Yeah.
There we go. I got the one with the border up for right now, because for whatever reason, the one that I had fixed so it was actually filling all the way is not working, but whatever. It's fine for right now.
Noah's streaming, by the way.
Oh, is
Yeah.
he? Okay.
We were doing this yesterday while waiting for you to come home.
Oh, yeah, I know. It was fucking sucked.
Okay, let me check my sources list that I got yesterday. I don't know why it's saved under my reviews. Alright. Let's get that in there. Let's get this one in there. Let's see. Who's dying?
Trevor.
I'm dying.
Sounds like you're dying.
You sound like you're drunk.
I'm hungry.
What?
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 Wrong.
So yeah, I'd gone down that weird rabbit hole of like the, what was it, the Rural Purge or whatever it was called?
Yep, and we pretty much stuck to the Beverly Hillbillies.
That's because that's the one that has like the most information on it still, which is weird.
That is weird. But then again, isn't it the most popular?
Yeah. I don't remember what it was rated right offhand. Because like the list of references for Petticoat Junction are basically like either like DVD extras, IMDb links, or dead links, which doesn't help me get a lead on at all. Green Acres, there we go. That's what I was looking for. And then, let's see. Yeah, this is the link that got me started on the Rural Purge thing, I think. It was this one. Ah, great. Now I gotta... There we go. I knew it was there somewhere. Yeah, this is the one that was talking about the rural purge.
Mm.
Because I know for sure that would be something to include in it then. Just for the fact that it affected basically all three.
That it did.
And it wasn't just those three. There was like a list of it on the... Yeah, so there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So at least 29 shows that were canceled during that time period.
Oh.
And it says like all of the... Some shows did not necessarily have a rural theme, but like a lot of them were for more rural audiences or like older audiences.
Yeah.
And they wanted to aim towards like the hip modern crowd.
Of course.
That's when they started doing I think it was the Mary Tyler Moore show, I want to say. It was something like that. Replacement shows, yeah. All in the Family, Maude the Jeffersons, Mary Tyler Moore Show, Bob Newhart Show, MASH. And then, yeah, we had started talking about MASH. And then, I don't really know if this is even going to do me any good, because it's just literally the copy of the stage play. But I figured I'd throw it in there anyway, just in case. This one talks more about the rural purge. So I have more sources on that in general than I do, like, the actual... where is it? Sam McLeod. Yeah, this is like a brief write-up about the Beverly Hillbillies revival, but other than that, there wasn't anything I could find about it. And then this one's just... It talks a lot about like the Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres and stuff, but it focuses more so on the rural purge again. Let's see. I don't really need that. Green Acres, rural purge. I need Beverly Hillbillies. There we go. References. I don't know. I don't remember where this... Yeah, that's okay. That's the screenplay. Archived from the Wayback Machine. What is this? Oh, is this just... What? See, it sucks because, like, these give information, but they're, like, fan sites. They're not official or, like, licensed or anything. So I can't count them as credible sources. I wouldn't trust this anywhere. More info on the show.
That website doesn't really look like it's,
up to date.
Yeah.
Huh. This just looks like a blog for when the DVDs and stuff were getting release dates. Because, like, this one's like 4th season general release date is verified. Is this the date for a general release of the official 4th season? And this is 2013, mind you.
Really?
Yeah. The latest post was the 8th of February, 2016. Oh, wait, no,
Alright.
I take that back. The 26th of April, 2016.
Alright.
So, I mean, I guess somebody's dedicated.
Yeah.
Come on, Wayback Machine, work for me. Yeah, literally all this one is a description of the DVD and saying where you can buy it from. But then the news is like actual news items. And their blog posts, are they all by the same guy?
Probably.
Yeah, why didn't you fucking call me on my phone?
Because I was trying to get a hold of you earlier.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're all by the same guy. David Lambert. Is this the only show?
Is
It
David
looks-
a super fan?
I guess so. It looks like there's like more shows on this website. It's really weird because it seems like it's just linking you to places that you can buy the DVDs, but then they also have like news releases about when the DVDs are coming out. Which is really strange.
Maybe they're still making secret Beverly Hillbillies DVDs.
Like bootleg DVDs.
Yeah.
Or like there's one factory somewhere in Maine that hasn't stopped production yet because they never got the notice.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
That's
thus the Beverly Hillbillies fan continuation lived on.
the Beverly Hillbillies web series. The Clampets podcast. Yeah, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 of these sources are linking to that website. Let's see. Scarpelli. What is this? Is this about the comic? Yeah, worked first at Dell Publishing as the artist for TV tie-in comic books like the Beverly Hillbillies, Bewitched, Hogan's Heroes, Get Smart, and the Andy Griffith Show.
What?
So I can use that as a source for when I talk about the comics.
Hogan's Heroes.
It's not what you think it is. It's not Hulk Hogan.
Damn it.
It was before him. WGN America Fall 2011 schedule. I don't need the Fall 2011 schedule for MeTV. An archive interview for Paul Henning. Oh, geez, this is like old ass YouTube. Wow.
Wow.
Wayback
You know-
Machine does not have the video archived or indexed yet.
I was gonna say, never thought I'd see this dinosaur again.
Yeah. Well,
Is
can't
a
use that.
Brachiosaurus?
It's a YouTubeosaurus.
It's old as fuck.
Let's see. Am I using this one already? I don't think... No, let's see. Is this the right year? 1946 to present. Okay. Sadly, it's also the final edition. Primetime TV shows book. Okay, well, I'll keep that in the pocket for later. SpongeBob? What?
Orange Bimb?
Did you see the shit about the new SpongeBob series?
You mean Camp Coral?
Yeah.
I saw some of it briefly like last year, but I haven't seen any updates on it.
I think they just released like a publicity photo for it. Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a publicity photo or like straight up is that how you spell it? Why is it with a K?
Well, put one more K in there.
Cungebob Camp Coral.
You know, I would have no issue taking my friend to work if she didn't live an hour away.
Let's go to news.
Like, driving an hour there and back is fucking exhausting.
Don't you gotta do it again soon?
No.
Oh.
She wanted me to. I said no. No.
Let's see.
Way too exhausting.
What the hell?
That's about as exhausting as looking at
What
Stephen
the fuck is
Colbert
that?
with Paw Patrol.
Is that Paw Patrol on on the Late Show with Stephen
So I
Colbert?
just said it's exhausting as Paw Patrol with Stephen Colbert.
Nickelodeon and BET got choice spots as Viacom CBS held its first remote upfronts event today with the usual array of inside mocking from Stephen Colbert, Trevor Noah, and James Corden.
That's a power couple.
Tyler Perry's Young Dylan, Crystal May's Danger Force, also highlighting upcoming titles such as SpongeBob SquarePants spinoff Camp Coral, Baby Shark's Big Show, a Star Trek animated series. Okay. Imagine
What?
Kids, a family drama, The Astronauts, and the return of Rugrats.
Yeah, because we need the Rugrats back, right?
Yeah, that's the photo I was talking about, the one that you just sent in Discord, Damon.
Is this real life?
Somehow.
Or is this fantasy?
The theme of the digital event was simply stronger, with the likes of Colbert in animated form talking to Paw Patrol's Chase. Okay, we gotta watch this, like, now. Give me a link. Upfronts. No. Give me a link. Let's see if there's anything on YouTube for it.
Paw Patrol, Stephen Colbert.
That's 2 years ago. No, that's not it either. Let's upload date. Or was it just for advertisers? It wasn't like a digital thing?
I guess.
What the hell? What is this tag? This article is related to television and tagged TV business. I feel like they gave this to some intern and told them that these were the tags, television and TV business, but they just copied the whole thing.
Oh my god.
And it's using a William Crane song? Is it P-E? Yeah.
I thought you said Pow Patrol.
Kyle Patrol?
Like Pow, like
Oh, Pow.
Kerpow. Bow Wow Patrol.
I don't trust this. Well, first of all, that preview is from the movie.
Hey man, he's verified. He's gotta be legit. It's not like too.
What is Thomas SpongeBob #1 fan 2003?
Hey you guys, it's me Thomas SpongeBob #1 fan 2003 here, and as you can see, the Camp Coral SpongeBob's Under Years thing has been revealed. Look at how cute they are. Look at Patrick.
Cute baby SpongeBob. They're only 1 year younger than me.
It looks like
What?
Patrick actually has green eyes.
Hold on a sec. How old are they supposed to be in the show?
Is this where like child labor is being thrown in?
No, because that comment said that they were a year older than them. A 10-year-old sponge, or 1 year younger than me. So this person is 11.
So
David Monroe says, but I still hate the show. Thomas SpongeBob #1 fan 2003 says, I respect your opinion. It's good to see that our children are being compassionate towards one another and not hostile.
I was gonna say, not starting a flame war over SpongeBob.
That's my favorite yellow sponge, you dick.
Let's see.
That's also my favorite pink fuckboy, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't think that the upfront was, like, released anywhere. Which kind of sucks. I want to see Stephen Colbert talking to... Unless it's not on YouTube. Which it might not be, because Viacom would probably copyright strike their own material.
Mm-hmm.
Upfront 2020. I'm not signing up for a CBS or Viacom account just to watch your upfront. Please enter the login and password supplied in your invitation email.
No, why don't you sign up for BBS?
Let's see.
Big Black Sponge.
CBS, login, and password. Let's see if anybody leaked theirs. Did anybody leak their logins? I don't see anything. Damn it! On Tuesday, Viacom plans to do part 2 of its upfront release. So we could have been watching this right now if they gave us a link to it. Or, login and password. Whatever.
What the fuck? Is
Anyway.
that Sponge Boob?
What?
What you sent in Discord?
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. The image that Damon sent. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is weird because how Mr. Krabs is obviously older than SpongeBob.
No, he's his slave. Sex toy.
CG animated.
I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. What is that sound? Is that yours?
Let's see.
Is someone playing music?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Music.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway, enough of getting sidetracked again. Let's see.
The Beverly Trailbillies.
Stop.
The Beverly Dillbillies.
Granby's Green Acres audio archive. What? What is this? Radio comedy that starred... Hold on a second. 2. The roots of Green Acres derives from Granby's Green Acres, a comedy show aired on the CBS radio network. Oh, okay. Show's creator Jay Summers based its concept on memories he had spent in a farm near Greendale, New York. Okay.
Fuck your mother with that mouth.
Green Acres. Petticoat Junction. Cedars Sinai Medical Center. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, wait, who created Beverly Hillbillies then? Paul Henning. And he helped develop Petticoat Junction and Green Acres. Okay, he wasn't the creator of those two. Huh. Why does the theme song have its own page?
Because it's that awesome.
The first 2 seasons of the Beverly Hillbillies lapsed into public domain?
Oh yeah. That means all the Beverly Hillbilly YouTube poops can now be made without being taken down.
What is the public domain date range?
It's like 50 years.
So that would be works from 1963.
Public domain of my mom.
So when was started 1962 and lasted till 1971. So yeah, that would make sense that the first 2 seasons are. Huh. Well, the Beverly Hillbillies lasted a little less than a decade. 274 episodes. There is 222 episodes of Petticoat Junction, 170 of Green Acres. Yeesh. No, I don't want that. There. Let's see. Shush for a second.
Wow, Control's only $30.
What now?
Control.
What's Control?
Basically, Halsey's upset and goes through a factory killing people.
I was gonna say, is that
That's how I like describing it.
is that the game that's in the same place as same universe
He's
as
like-
Alan Wake?
Yeah.
And like starts throwing shit around.
What was I gonna? Oh, yeah.
Only if Epic Launcher would open. Epic, I hope you hear me. Your launcher fucking sucks.
Wait, I probably
Never
should have
even
actually
like
read
Food
that instead of
Raoul.
clicking got it. Yeah, all the
Food
first
Raoul.
and second season episodes are on YouTube.
This is Beverly Hills. And here comes
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh my God.
I can't believe they're just on YouTube. Like, I had to go out of my way to find stuff for Mr. Ed.
Well, I mean, at least this makes it easier.
Wait, so the credit said created and produced by Paul Henning. Wait, no, he's the one that created the Beverly Hillbillies. Petticoat Junction and Green Acres were produced by him. Okay, that's right.
Well, come on, let's find that house we bought. House they bought? In Beverly Hills? Whoa, wait a minute.
I forgot this show has a laugh track.
How could a bunch of hillbillies possibly buy a mansion like this? Let's take them back to their home and see how this whole thing started.
Why does the narrator sound like he's from Thomas?
What? I didn't hear you.
There's the cabin that I died in front of.
Jed, you gotta do something about that young'un of yourn.
How'd that happen?
Fighting with a bobcat.
Get hurt?
I reckon so. It went limping off on 3 legs.
I swear I don't know what I'm gonna do about that girl.
Well, the first thing to do is to get her into a dress. She's getting too big to be wearing man's duds. Looky here. She's done popped the buttons off of her shirt again.
Well, Ellie Mae carries herself proud, with her shoulders throwed back.
It ain't her shoulders that's popping these buttons. Fully grown up, rounded out, female woman.
I forgot that was in the actual episode, because I was reading through the stage play yesterday, and I was like, there's no way they put that in there.
They just flat out, she's a slut.
She whopped the tar out of him.
What? She what? Wait, what, Jed?
She do.
Jeb Bush?
She whopped the tar out of him.
She whopped the tar.
Girl running around as wild as a cougar, wrestling, fighting, and hunting. She ought to be doing woman's work. Helping me with the steel.
Well, I'll speak to her.
Oh, that reminds me. Better go down and stomp out the fire under that mess.
What?
Hold on now, Granny. You ain't gonna stomp out no fire like that, are you?
Huh? Oh, of course not. Don't want to burn my shoes.
I love how Granny always complains all the time about people not helping her, and yet she's probably the most capable person.
What you got there?
Stranger?
Where'd you get him?
I think he was around.
Hey, I remember back in like the olden days when you were allowed to kidnap people.
Down by the slough. Figured he might be a revenue.
Usually it's the other way around.
Oh.
Then can I keep him?
Of course not.
Well, I caught him.
Don't matter.
Well, he won't be no trouble. I could keep him out in the smokehouse.
Ellie Mae, you can't keep people like they were dogs and cats.
Tell that to a wide
Tell that to
variety of
Abraham
fetishists.
Well, we went completely different routes.
Yeah, I was gonna. we took that in completely different directions.
Who's that?
Some feller Ellie
If
found
one of them
nosing
was
around.
depraved and the other was actually a valid point.
They're fellas from the petroleum company.
What's a petroleum?
I don't know. He asked me if he could
Oh, I
get
just
some
popped my
rock
elbow.
down by the slough. I said, help yourself. We're glad to get rid of the critters.
What'd he say?
He kind of laughed. The last on him, there ain't no wildcats down there at that slough.
No, it's too full of oil.
What happened?
I don't remember them ever talking about like what happened to Ellie Mae's
Sure,
mother.
it's the Clampett place. I'm Jed Clampett, my young'un Ellie Mae, and Granny. Granny says
Young
you've been
Ellie
doing some
Mae?
wildcat.
There's no need to. Mr. Clampett, that swamp of yours is full of oil.
I could have told you that.
Well, my company would like to pump it out.
Yeah, I like that too, but I just can't afford to have it done.
Oh, no, you don't understand. You see, you wouldn't have to pay for it.
Oh, I don't take favors from strangers.
Is he wearing
No,
coveralls?
Mr. Clampett, you see, you're a very rich man.
How big a rock did you bean him with?
No bigger than a hedge apple.
Listen, I've got to call my office in Tulsa. Have you got a telephone?
A what?
A telephone? Or maybe one of your
A
neighbors.
what?
For her, or one of these
Well,
telephones.
down in
What?
this country is probably a box attached to the wall. And, you talk into it, and they can hear you in
This
Tulsa.
motherfucker from the future?
Maybe you better sit down.
No, see,
for a spell.
he's from the city, which is the future.
Listen, where's the
I
nearest-
get it. Hillbillies don't. I
Hey,
forgot.
that's one of them there fields sets up in the air.
Oh, never mind. I'll find it myself. Listen, now don't you sell that swamp till you hear from me. I'm flying to Tulsa.
Now he thinks he's got wings.
chicken looked fake.
You say the chicken? That's an actual rooster.
I thought they like set it up and was like, yo, like it was dead, and they just shoved their hand up its ass.
Watch them buttons, child.
How old is Ellie Mae supposed to be?
90.
No, Ellie Mae, not Granny.
90.
They drink much.
I reckon they did. This here little fella was kicking blue blazes out of the mule.
That's the trouble with razorbacks. They such a mean drunk. Yeah, this wouldn't happen if you'd stay in the house where you belong.
Oh, look at that old-ass helicopter.
Damn.
With 3 people in it.
Look at how dangerous that is.
I'd say that's going to be one of the richest pools since East Texas.
News like this is bound to get out. Let's go down and get Pampett's name on a deal.
Where's the gun? Where's the gun? Oh, there.
He's reloading his musket.
You want to see what just flew over Blueberry Ridge? What? The dad-blamedest biggest bird you ever laid eyes on.
Probably just an overgrown chicken hawk.
Chicken hawk, nothing. That thing could make off with the hog. Hurry up, put that gun together.
No room to land near the cabin, Mr. Brewster. It's too rocky and hilly. Then let's get the sling ready to be
I'd say
lowered.
that helicopter was more like a giant bug.
Man, that's pretty cool how he's steering it.
Is that a helicopter or a gyrocopter?
Me? Don't worry. If it's safe, I'll follow you.
Granny, I say it. There it is. Land of mercy, look at that.
What you doing,
No, I think it's a helicopter. Just
Yeah.
either that or it's a really old model of a gyrocopter.
Hurry, poets must
What?
change you.
Where is it?
Just flew over the house. I'll get it on t'other side.
You kill it, Granny?
No, but I made it drop that stranger.
They bring a dead man into the house. So they can eat him.
Hey man, these faces like this have eyes, right?
Hillbillies have eyes.
Granny! Granny!
Yes, Jim?
Granny, grab a hold of something and hang on. Cousin Pearl and that overgrown son of hers is headed right for the cabin in that old truck.
Heaven protect us.
What did they crash into?
Did they hit us, kid?
No, but I think they sure want the chicken house.
Oh, the chicken coop. I thought they crashed into, like, the back of the cabin.
About the chicken house, but nobody got hurt.
Jethro, I told you to get rid of them worn-out brakes.
I did, Ma. That's how come we ain't got none.
Get on out and lift the chicken house back on its foundation.
Jed, Ellie Mae came running over to my place and she said you sold the swamp to some oil company.
Well, yeah, I guess I did.
What did they pay you for?
Oh, hell yeah, Justin Bieber just tried to slide into a 15-year-old's DM.
How much
What?
did they pay you?
Well, he said that depends
There's
on how
some,
much
like,
oil
rumors
they-
going around that...
Well, you must
Have you heard of Charlie D'Amelio, that fucking TikTok dancer?
There's too many TikTokers to keep track of.
She's, like, the most famous one.
That's just what I told you.
He tried to flirt with her.
All right, I'll tell you. He said it runs somewhere between 25 and 100.
25 and 100.
I know what those sound like, but Mr. Brewster seemed to set great store by the fact he's going to pay me in some new kind of dollar.
There ain't no new kind of dollar.
Well, it's new to me. I've heard of gold dollars, silver dollars, paper dollars, but he says he's going to pay me in, what do you call them, Granny?
$1 million.
Yeah,
Oh,
$1 million?
he wrote the whole thing out on this piece of paper. Here, you can see for yourself. I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff.
Let's see here. Thanks in heaven.
hug.
It's empty, but
What
I'll
would the
bet
exchange
some.
rate in 60 was?
Jed,
You think it was like,
you're a millionaire.
here's a chicken, I get your house?
Millionaire.
She looks really familiar. I can't remember what else I've seen her in though.
I didn't know just how
Also,
to take
Damon,
it.
why did you leave
That meant you're rich.
creamy chicken and dumplings on your desk?
The richest man.
No, I
in
forgot to
East
grab them.
Maybe in the whole state. Oh, Jed, you
Like
can
in a
have
bowl or in a
anything you
can?
want.
In a can.
Do anything
Okay.
you want. Go any place you want.
You just left a
Yeah, that's
bowl
what I
on
was
your
thinking.
desk
Kept
for
saying,
God knows how
"You
long.
might be moving away from here soon." What do you think, Pearl? You think I ought to move?
Jed, how can you even ask?
Who plays
Look
Pearl?
around you.
Beverly
8 miles
Hillbillies.
from your nearest neighbor.
Be a
You're the
Benedict.
one with skunks, possums, coyotes, bobcats.
What else?
You use
George
kerosene lamps
Burns.
for light to cook on a wood stove, summer and winter. You're drinking
Television.
homemade moonshine, washing with homemade Lysol. And
I Love
your bedroom
Lucy.
is 50 feet from the house and you ask
She
me to
voiced
move?
Betty in the Flintstones.
Yeah, I reckon you're right. Man, be a dang fool to leave all this.
I swear I've seen her in something else though.
Oh, there you are, Jed. You misunderstood me.
Was she
I
in,
let
like,
you
the other
shoot me
shows?
away. And you know where I'd go if I was you?
Where?
California.
Films.
California.
Yes, sir. Beverly Hills,
No,
California.
that's not it.
Jed,
I don't
remember
know.
the time that your pa took us to Eureka Springs to see the movie
Be
picture?
back in a second.
Yeah.
Well, the actors that make them movie pictures live in Beverly Hills.
Go on.
Yes,
Well, doggy. Maybe something. Living in the same neck of the woods with old Tom Mink.
it sure would. And we could come visit you. You know what else they say about California?
I don't remember like if there was an overarching plot at all, or if it was just basically like a basic sitcom where it's situational episodes.
The kooky adventures of the Beverly Hillbillies.
They don't want it. That's why it'd be so good for Granny. Remember last winter when she slipped on the ice and broke her hip?
Yeah, poor old woman. She was limping for 2 days.
Well, that couldn't
That's what I'm
happen in
talking about. Like
California 'cause they don't have
Granny
ice.
all consistently asks for help with everything,
How come?
but she's
But
painted
Granny
as
sure
like
liked
the
it,
strongest
and we could
member of the
visit.
family.
You know what else they say about California?
Maybe Jethro know how come there's no ice. He's going to school.
We could ask him. Jethro,
Yeah, Ma.
come on over here. Speaking of school, Ellie Mae could get herself a fine education out there in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Ma.
Your rich uncle's got a question he'd like to ask you.
What rich uncle, Ma?
Your rich uncle, Jade.
Jethro?
Let's call him Jade.
In California.
Uncle
Jade.
What rich uncle, Ma?
Your rich uncle, Jade.
Jade.
How come there's no ice in California? Don't look at me. I didn't take it.
Big dumb.
Well, I didn't, Ma.
Oh, get out of here.
Well, you always do. I don't know.
He's back.
Guess who's back?
Folks claim
Back
again.
again.
California's got its
Biden's
own
back.
beat.
I love him.
Hashtag epic Joe Biden
Jethro'd
moment.
be a whopper, wouldn't he?
He could help you move. He's awful handy at lifting and toting, and he could drive
Did you guys
out
know I
my
can
truck.
technically apply for
Tell you what,
unemployment?
Pearl. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to study on this.
I was like,
When that Brewster
might
fella
as
comes
fucking
back,
well.
I'll ask him what he thinks.
Well, your cousin is right about that, Mr. Clampett. Beverly Hills is a choice residential area, and lots of
Mr.
millionaires do
Philandy.
settle there.
Folks like me, huh?
Did you download the game, Damon?
millionaires.
And movie stars, too.
I can't open Epic.
Tom Mix there?
Why?
It's refusing to
Next is
open.
dead.
Uninstall and reinstall it.
Oh, yeah. What's the matter with him? Remember, Pearl, he got shot at the end of that
I'm sorry that life's so hard.
I'm sorry that Epic sucks cock.
There are plenty other movie stars.
I'm
and
not.
That's where Jed wants to live.
That's their own choice.
I do like the notion of living in the hill.
Damn.
Never could stand flat country.
Mr. Clampett, I think it only fair, that is, well, I think you may have a wrong idea about Beverly Hills.
Is that where you live?
No, my home is in Tulsa.
Well, say, maybe you could get us a place there in your neighborhood.
Mr. Clampett, let's not beat around the bush. You will love Beverly Hills.
Then that's it.
Get it? Because he doesn't want the Hicks in his neighborhood.
No, I can get the bank out there to handle it for him.
He'd like a nice big place with plenty of room for his kinfolk to visit him.
Like a nice big ass.
I like my women like I like my ass.
Oh, Mr.
Right.
Clampett, with your money, you can afford the Taj Mahal.
Okay, I'll take it.
Well, no, you see, I was just making a little joke.
Oh, well, go right ahead.
Well, you see, the Taj Mahal is in India.
See, it's like I don't know if it's because I grew up with it, but I don't see them as like, haha, stupid Hicks. I just see it as like, oh, that's sweet. They don't know. Like, it's more endearing than like funny.
Yeah.
Haha, stupid,
Stupid hillbillies.
Oh, no trouble. What you cooking tonight,
Stupid hillbillies.
And possum innards.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear that, Mr. Brewster?
Very clearly.
I don't like that face he's making at him.
yeah.
What are you looking at, Jed?
Well, if you should happen to come back tomorrow, we'll be having leftovers. That's the thing about possum innards. They's just as good the second day. Ellie, if old Duke sits there with you, there ain't gonna be room for Granny.
Oh, that's all right, Paul. Granny ain't gone.
Who says she ain't?
She says she ain't.
That's right, Uncle Jed. She's just sitting on the back porch in her rocker, and she says that's as close to California as you're gonna get her.
We'll see about that. Dang if I ain't got me the muleyest women folk. We ain't never gonna get there. Now, what's all this nonsense about you ain't going to California?
I could really go for a rocking chair right now.
To it. If the good Lord had
Oh,
wanted
man, a
me
rocking
in
chair must be
California,
delicious.
he'd have put me in California.
Maybe he's just getting around to it. The book says he moves in mysterious ways.
Well, if he moves me, I'll go. But you and Big Jethro ain't a budging me.
Granny, this here Beverly Hills sounds like the kind of place you'd like. That butcher fella says they got smogs out there.
What's a small?
Well, me and Jethro figured out that's a small hog. And you heard what Pearl said. He ain't got no snow on, feller. Has bought us a house in them Beverly Hills. He's in our $25 million to take out there.
Well, you just chase on out after it. I'm staying right here. And I ain't afeard neither.
Granny,
She's just gonna load that into her mouth when she's done.
I ain't a budging out of this walker.
Jethro, what does that sign say?
It says Beverly Hills.
You said that, Granny? We're there.
They call them hills? Why, we got moles that can push up higher ridges than that.
Wait, Granny's out of her chair. I thought she said she wasn't gonna move.
You'll be among our kind of folks.
She's crazy thick. Well, I'll be back. I'm gonna restart my computer.
Alright.
Oh. Beverly
This
Hills.
deposit of $25 million to the account of J.D. Clampett.
J.D.?
As in Rockefeller. Elevates us to third position.
How is that a joke?
As in Rockefeller.
How?
J.D. Clampett.
J.D.?
As in Rockefeller.
The fact that they thought it was a joke is...
How is that a joke? That doesn't make any sense. Saying somebody's name isn't a joke. That'd be me saying like, oh, you know, T as in Tom.
Oh no, my name Jeff's pretty funny sometimes.
Well, I'm afraid Mrs. Drysdale still isn't too happy.
My name is JD. JD Rockefeller.
My wife is very upset that I got the estate next to ours for the Clampetts. Says I don't even know what kind of people they are. Do you?
Well, you don't.
I know to the dollar what kind of people they are. They're my kind of people. Loaded. Taylor? Have the gardeners got the grounds in order?
Did he just smack her?
Taylor?
Pimp smack the fuck out of her.
Did he just... I think he smacked her.
Taylor?
No, he hit the chair. Damn it.
Yes, sir. But I'm afraid that's another thing your wife is upset about.
Oh?
Well, you see, your gardeners have been working on their lawn all week. Why, they've mowed it, trimmed it, fed it, clipped it.
I don't care if they lather it and shave it. This is the most beautiful mansion in Beverly Hills.
What are you talking about?
Every square
Manscaping?
inch of ground within those walls is apple pie.
Manscaped.
Oh, hello, Margaret. No, dear, I'm very What?
What?
Oh, good heavens, did you call the police? I'll be right there.
What happened?
The Clampett estate is being invaded by a band of outlaws.
Invaded?
Yes, they're holding the gardeners at gunpoint.
This is what it looks like at the border. Just a bunch of hicks pointing their guns at innocent Mexicans.
Sure is lucky we come along we did.
That's the truth. The way they was slipping through that gate, another 5 minutes and that whole darn prison would have been empty. Jethro, you sure that's a prison?
Yeah, Uncle Jed. I seen pictures. Only thing is, how come there ain't no guards on them walls?
Probably done them in with them knives and things.
These killers if I ever did see any. Fine neighborhood we's moving into.
You hear that? Hot digging, there's bobcats in these hills.
Them sirens! Somebody's calling the law.
I reckon they's gonna be mighty grateful for what we done. Folks out here has got a strange way of showing they're grateful.
You've locked up one of the richest men in the country. Mr. Clampett, I don't know how to apologize. I am deeply humiliated. What have you cutthroats done with J.D. Clampett?
I'm Jed Clampett, and I'd appreciate it if you'd let go of my Sunday shirt.
You're J.D. Clampett, the oil millionaire?
Yep, this here's my nephew, Jethro.
Howdy. Quickly, man, unlock this cell.
So he calls him his nephew,
On behalf of
even
the
though
entire
it's
city of
his
Beverly Hills,
cousin's
I extend
son.
our deep and humble apologies for this unfortunate and embarrassing
Don't
incident.
ask me how that works.
Oh, I'm moving.
Wouldn't that be like second? It's either first cousin once removed, or first sec. I don't know.
You, your handsome nephew, your lovely daughter, and your beautiful mother.
Your beautiful money. Hang on, someone's the door.
No, wouldn't he be his? Wouldn't Jed be his grunkle then? His great uncle?
Wait a minute! Stop this car! Mr. Drysdale, you tricked us. You just took us out of jail so you could bring us back up here to prison. Head for the hills, everybody! No, wait! Come back! It's not a prison, it's your home! Now, wait! Mr. Clampett, listen to me! Wait! Back! Friendly!
I love how they had to speed up the footage of them running away because Granny's too old to actually run. Look at Jethro.
Yeah.
Ah, what?
Come and listen to my story about
Had a man named Jed, a poor mountain man, barely got a family fed. One day he was shooting at some food and up from
Is this the
around
theme
on
song?
the bubbling crew. Yeah. You never heard it?
No.
Texas tea.
well, first thing you know, Jed's a millionaire. Kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said California.
Place ought to be. And they moved to Beverly. That is, swim pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, they got those YouTube graphic labels.
Well, howdy. Well, now, ain't that handy?
That, Paul.
Way the road takes a bend in here, runs right by the front door.
No, Mr. Clampett, this is your driveway. It goes with the house.
Is this thing a high?
Oh, yes, indeed. It was built by John Barrymore, one of our finest actors.
Pretty fair stonemason, too.
What?
Built by John Barrymore, one of our finest actors.
Pretty fair stonemason, too.
Yeah, I was gonna... Oh, that's the joke. Okay, I get it. I'm just slow. He said the house was built by one of the famous actors in Beverly Hills. And then Jed was like, oh, he makes a fine stonemason too. Implying that the actor built it. Which, that's what I thought he was saying, was the actor built it at first too. Oh my god, I'm a hick.
I hope you're going to like this place I picked out for you. Maybe a trifle larger than what you're used to. But I feel a man with $25 million in my bank should live in a manner that...
25 million. Why does Jethro move in with them? I don't think they ever talked about that.
As I say,
maybe they will, maybe they'll explain it later.
Now, my secretary will be over right away.
Because I remember that Jethro lived with them, but I don't remember why.
She's a very efficient girl, Miss Hathaway.
They never explain it?
I don't think so.
You and Jethro fetching my stove so I can get some victuals to cooking?
Oh, you have a beautiful stove.
Thank you. Fetch it in, Jed. You scare up some wood, Ellie.
No, I mean you have a stove already installed in the kitchen.
Where's that?
I'll show you. Excuse us.
Ellie, you go with Granny. She'll still need you to fetch some wood.
Sure, Pop.
How old is Ellie Mae supposed to be?
Guess what?
Pity.
There's a whole nother house up here.
Jethro, come down from there. Like it's not that belongs
No, I don't want the actor's age.
This is your kitchen.
17 years old in the pilot.
The last word in food preparation. And speaking of food, you'll find everything you could possibly
17 years old in the pilot. Donna Douglas herself was 30 when she started playing the character. Huh.
Well, I'll leave you ladies to your...
That's weird.
It's very weird.
Au revoir.
I mean, it's nothing new for, like, older people to be playing younger people, but, like, she doesn't look it.
A great deal of store in this here stove, Granny.
Toby Maguire.
Well, we'll see. Ellie, you run out and fetch some wood. I'll get a fire to going in here and we'll see.
Jethro, I hope it's all right for you to be missing school.
Oh, sure, Uncle Jed. They ain't straight in the 5th grade.
You in the 5th grade already?
Starting this year.
Jesus.
Seems like no time at all since you went with your ma to get you started in the 1st grade. You was 6 years old. No bigger than that. We drove clean over to Oxford.
Wait, so are they implying that Jethro is, like, actually the age of a 5th grader? And he's just really
That town has
big?
and grown and spread out and built up and just kept getting bigger and bigger. Why today? Why, I bet you there must be at least 3 or 4 dozen
If that's
people
the case,
living
that's kind of creepy.
Place like that's all right.
It's like, what's that Robin Williams movie, like Jack or whatever, where he's like 40 years old, but he's technically a kid?
No, thank you, Mr. Drysdale. We were just talking about Jethro here getting back to school.
Oh, well, we have some
Like
excellent
he has no
educational
friends?
facilities out here, Mr. Clampett. Where do you go to school, Jethro?
Oxford.
Yeah, you see, Jethro's ma, that's my cousin Pearl. She married an Oxford man, so naturally Jethro, he goes to school there too.
I'm the champion crawdad eater.
At Oxford?
Yeah.
The champion crawdad
Put away
eater.
3 buckets of crawdads. 4.
4.
And he's learned to cipher and cipher some for Mr. Drysdale. 1 and 1's 2. 2 and 2's 4. 4 and 4 is 8. I have to take off my shoes to get any further than that.
Never mind. I'm sure we're thinking of 2 different Oxfords. You see, there's one that's very, very famous and very old.
That's where Jethro goes to school. Been there since pioneer days. That's how come it got its name. It's where the oxen used to ford the river. So folks took to calling it Oxen Ford, and later on it got shortened to Oxford.
Well, I'll be running. Oh, by the way,
Wait, did he just imply that they call it Oxford because they had a bunch of ox?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drysdale, for everything you've been doing for us.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Mr. Clavitt. You see, I'm not only your banker, I'm
Saying that the comedy in the show is hit or miss is an understatement. It's like hit or like...
Well, now, why don't you bring your miss
What's more extreme than a miss?
And I'll have Granny womp up a mess of grits and hog jowl.
They either hit or they like swing the bat, it slips out of their hands, and it hits the pitcher and knocks them out.
The jokes in the show seem kind of like weird.
Long. Uncle
Like,
Ned,
some of them are okay,
you reckon one of these days I can have
but
a little bitty old taste of Granny's
most of them rely on like
family
how
about
endearing
Granny
the
moonshine?
Clampets are rather than like how idiotic they're trying to portray them as.
Well, Uncle Jed, that
Yeah,
might be an
because
awful long time.
I mean the show is
I
called
ain't even
Beverly
got me no
Hillbillies, so I'm
sweetheart.
assuming,
How come?
and since
Back
hillbilly
home, every time
is
I
seen
get
as a
me
derogatory
girl,
term,
one of them there big fellas would take her right
Yeah.
away from me.
Well, I don't know if you were here when I was talking to Damon about it, but the Beverly Hillbillies was like a victim of what they called the rural purge, where they like canceled every like rural or like hick themed show that was on television.
why?
Just because they wanted to like impress the younger modern audience.
They're only this big around, and all trimmed and topped, and strung together with a black rope, so as no matter which one you cut, the others keep it from falling.
Somebody had a right smart idea there. Just the same, I think I'd rather have Jethro do the cutting.
Oh, Paul, let me.
Cutting trees and chopping logs ain't no work for a girl.
I'm just as strong
You
as
say that as if Ellie Mae hasn't been wrestling and fighting animals her entire life in the woods. They said in the first episode like she'd beat the shit out of a bobcat or something.
Somebody's gonna get hurt. Yeah, you see, you're getting too rough. Jethro. Person can get crippled from a hole like that. Get up from there. I can't, Uncle Jed. You turn him loose and get up from there before I take the strap to the boot. Now, here, you get out there and chop down one of them tree trunks and saw Granny some nice logs. Yes, sir, Uncle Jed.
I wonder if palm trees make good kindling.
Maybe.
Because I'm assuming that's what he's talking about cutting down.
Come back here and sit down. I want to talk to you.
Whooped him fair and square, and I'll do it again.
You won't.
I'll do
That's
it
what I want to
again.
talk to you about. Ellie Mae, you're getting too big to wrestle with boys.
I ain't as big as Jethro.
Big that way, I mean, growed up. You're a young lady now.
There's a lot more implications behind Ellie Mae's character than what I initially remember.
Folks would call me a sis.
Like what?
Like, they're focusing on, like, oh, well, in the first episode, it was like, oh, well, it ain't her shoulders that's popping the shirt buttons open and stuff like that. Like, it's really weird, especially considering she's supposed to be 17.
She's a whore.
Well, not necessarily that, but, like, focusing on how big she's grown.
Oh.
Climb out, fight, out, shoot
I
every
thought it was
boy
a
in them
completely
hills.
different way, like they were
Still
calling her,
can,
you know,
Paul.
open.
It ain't fitting. It ain't right for folks.
Just because his tone, it was like, oh yeah, she's not the one popping these buttons.
Reckon we
Like,
could turn him
that's
into a
weird to
cat.
say.
Of course not.
That's right. 'Cause
Especially
nature made
since,
him into
is
a
that his
dog,
daughter?
the same way nature
Yeah.
made you into a girl. Here lately, she's getting more and more positive about it.
You mean my ears is grown?
No, nothing like that. You're pretty.
Oh, Paul.
I know you don't like it when I say that, but you like it when the young fellas around here come in saying it, and they will. Only they'll probably be using words, fancy words I won't even understand. But Ellie Mae,
Ain't nobody can ever tell you how pretty you really are, Symphony.
Okay.
Living picture of your mom.
Okay. I low-key thought that they were gonna make out.
Oh, daddy. Can you imagine if Beverly Hillbillies took that turn?
I mean, I wouldn't
here? I thought you were
put
going
it
up
past
to
some
Clapham State.
executives to be like, oh, they're Hicks, let's make some incest jokes.
The only crisis you have to worry about right now is keeping Mr. J.D. Clampett happy. Now get up there.
Tell me, how did you like the flamingos?
What flamingos?
I thought pink flamingos around the swimming pool would add a rather elegant touch.
Mr. Clampett is not a man educated to elegance. That will take time. Right now, there are more pressing problems.
Of course, getting settled, the servant problem.
Well, whatever they are, just get up there and solve them. Now, J.D. Clampett is this bank's largest depositor, and I'm making his satisfaction your responsibility.
I accept the mantle of responsibility with which you have cloaked my shoulders. And I shall so conduct myself that if this great financial institution shall last 1,000 years, people will still...
I think Miss Hathaway was always my favorite character.
their finest hour.
Just for the fact that she's not dealing with anybody's shit.
Burn real good.
Yeah. That flimsy grate holds up.
Granny, this is top tree trunk. One I should split it up too?
No, just leave it outside.
Yes, sir.
This place ain't even got a wood box.
Yeah, folks don't need much wood out here. Remember what Pearl said? It don't get cold.
Yeah, I remember. It might not get cold in the day, but it sure freezes solid at night.
How you know?
I'll show you how I know. Every bit of food in this here storage bin is froze harder than a rock. Yes. Look.
So the freezer came stocked when they bought the house?
Been skinned hog.
That's weird.
But I'll be doggone.
Take me 2 days to thaw out that ham before I can ever cook it.
People ought to know better than store food up against the north wall. Tomorrow we'll dig us a root cellar and we put all this stuff in it. Jethro, go on out there and catch us a chicken.
Okay, Uncle Jay.
How you know we got chickens?
Place this size is bound to have chickens.
Ain't all froze.
Chick, 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 chick.
Are there flamingos in California?
I don't think so. Why?
Because Jethro.
Oh.
That's not a...
Chicken.
At least I think that was a flamingo.
You take it, Ellie. See if you
It's
can
kind of
find
hard
the
to tell
cricket.
in black and
I
white.
gotta have some water.
No pump on this place?
It ain't even got a well.
Uncle Jed, Uncle Jed.
Yeah, boy, did you find a chicken?
I found something. I ain't sure if it's a chicken, a goose, a duck, or what.
Where is it?
I couldn't catch it. That thing can outrun a jackrabbit.
There ain't no goose or duck.
Chicken.
So they just
If it is,
found a flamingo?
I was right about things
Apparently.
growing bigger out here. That thing was this high.
Chicken?
Ah, Jethro.
Chicken?
Honest, it's got legs this long.
Gibby's on the drumstick.
I like the compression on... Ah, shit.
Chicken.
If it is, I was right about
Let's see if I
things
can get
growing
it.
bigger.
I like the compression on Jethro's mouth since it's so pixelated that when he opens his mouth, it's literally just a black rectangle.
Out here, that thing was this high.
Oh my god, that looks weird.
Ah, Jethro.
Honest, it's got legs this long.
Gibby's on the drumstick.
Drumstick ain't much. Whoever gets that neck is eating from now on. Commences here and runs plumb up to here. Jethro?
You ain't forgot what I said about Granny's jug of liquor.
I ain't been at Granny's jug.
I don't think flamingos are that thick for you to think that, like, they would feed you for a week.
Down by the cement pond.
Where do they live?
Cement pond.
Who, the Clampets?
Fanciest thing you ever did.
Beverly Hills?
Why, they are steps. So
I have to keep remembering that.
down into it and get a drink.
Where the fuck is Beverly Hills located?
California.
They're made out of rock. And she's a pouring water out of a jar right into that cement pond.
Oh.
Well, that's how come that big old
So are
pink
they
chicken
fancy
get away from me.
hillbillies?
Flew right over the top of
No,
that there rock lady,
Jed
right in that pond,
found
swam like an
oil on his land in the swamp, and he sold it. And so they moved to Beverly Hills.
that chicken was? It's pink.
Ain't I told you that stuff would stunt your
So
growth?
Jethro said it was pink, so it must have been a flamingo.
I didn't touch a drop.
You and me is going to the
There was
woodshed.
a scene in
Jethro?
San Diego Beach.
Swear to be telling the truth.
So help me, Jefferson Davis.
You take your hat off when you speak of the president.
He ain't president no more.
I'll have no Yankee talk in my kitchen.
Jethro, you and me is going back out there and corner that chicken. Granny, you get your fire to going. Ellie Mae, you sweep up out front and keep your eyes open for that Miss Hathaway. I'm counting on her to take you in hand and get you in the right kind of clothes. Come on.
Chicken.
You there, young man?
I ain't a young man, but I sure do thank you for thinking so.
Good heavens, you're a girl.
Yeah.
I'm Jane Hathaway.
Maybe Ellie Mae
Secretary
is
to
trans.
Brazil. And you, I take it, are a domestic of some sort?
Because,
You think so?
Housemaid.
well, because
Just what are
she
you?
never seemed to be like the stereotypical Tom girl. Like, she always insisted on
Indeed, I shall.
being like thought of as a boy. I don't think she ever like wanted to be referred to as a boy.
She was trans before it was cool.
What in the name of Thomas Chippendale is this? Has Mr. Clampett seen this disgraceful and unsightly mound of debris?
Oh, yes, ma'am. This is all his.
Oh,
Are we still on the Wayback Machine?
charming and
No, this is just on YouTube.
Just like you said, Jethro. Rock lady pouring water into a cement pond.
Yes, sir. And over there's where I seen that great big pink chicken. Only thing
That
is,
great big pink
silence.
chicken.
It makes it kind of hollering, though.
I got a nice place.
Reckon you'd make a hollering noise, too, if you was to lay egg like that.
Man, oh, man. That's what I call an egg.
And you won't have to worry about food now. Wait till she cooks this.
Okay, you people act like that egg, the size of that egg.
It wasn't an egg, it was a croquet ball.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, because it was laying next
Oh,
to
yeah,
like
it's
the
too
croquet.
round, but it's too round, yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
But since Jethro said that the flamingo chicken was like up to his chest, I guess it would make sense.
That flame city stove don't draw worth nothing.
Granny, look at this egg. What's all the smoke?
Stove don't work.
Probably just a stuffed up flue.
Ain't got a flue, ain't even got a stovepipe.
Well, I'll get the shovel and a hoe and rake it out of there. Here, you keep this egg.
Just like everything else out here. Froze solid.
really, my dear, you look quite charming.
Well, I feel like a dead blank fool.
Just a moment.
Yes, out now. I'll be right back.
Oh, that was my pa.
I take it he's a gardener.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Pa just can't wait to commence gardening.
Apparently. However, as though I admire his enthusiasm, I must forbid him access through the main entrance. Now, tell me about the rest of the staff. Is there a chauffeur?
A what?
Someone who does the driving.
Oh, okay. It took me a second to even understand the joke.
Around very long. He's got to get back to Oxford and go to school.
Oxford? He attends Oxford University?
Well, he just calls it school. Pa went to school there, too.
Oh, yes. Old school tie. Great pride, those Oxford men.
Sorry I couldn't stop before. Granny was having trouble in the kitchen.
Paul, do I have to wear this year's stuff that Miss Hathaway...
No, there can be no appeal from Mr. Clampett's orders.
Thank you, ma'am. Glad to see you taking a firm hand. Ellie Mae, that's right pretty. Makes you look taller.
She's got me walking on pegs.
We'll run in and show Granny.
And get rid of those old clothes, dear. Granny, I presume, is the cook.
Yes, ma'am, but she ain't too happy about it right now.
I shall deal with her directly. Now, let's see. Maid, gardener, cook, chauffeur. Oh, I understand Jethro is an Oxford man.
You bet he is.
I'm quite anxious to meet him.
Somehow.
Don't blame you. Fine-looking young feller. Single, too. And he's on the lookout for a girl.
Oh. I am only interested in the intellectual rapport which I would naturally have with an Oxford man.
Yeah, especially Jethro.
If I know Jethro, he went to eating the minute he was born.
Yes, of course. I suppose his father matriculated him.
I kind of think maybe it was his ma.
Oh, well, no matter. At any rate, he's an Eton man.
That he is. Matter of fact, Jethro won the Eton Championship.
Oh, marvelous. What was he champion of?
Crawfish. Eating crawfish.
I know, but what was it? Cricket?
Oh, no, it was crawdad.
Crawdads.
I don't think even Jethro would eat crickets.
I was referring to the game of cricket.
Gillian, where's the axe?
I bet you, Granny, you talk to Miss Hathaway.
And just why does Cook need an axe?
I've hit this with everything I could lay a hand to. I even whomped it with an iron skillet.
You are supposed to hit it with a croquet mallet.
All right, where is it?
I don't think I'll tell you. There is a time for work and a time for play. Now then, what are we cooking for Mr. Clampett?
Well, I don't know what you're cooking him, but if he wants any victuals from me, somebody better shoot a possum.
Possum?
You got a better idea?
Are there possums in California?
Nice big fluffy souffle.
All right. You shoot it and you skin it.
You don't even know what a souffle is. What kind of a cook are you?
I'm a cook with a stove that don't draw, food that's froze solid, chickens that can't be caught, eggs that can't be broke, and a smart alecky city woman telling me my business. That's what kind of a cook I am.
Mind your tongue, little woman. I can have your job.
You sure can, and the sooner the better.
Jethro's coming, and just wait till you see what he's got.
Thank heaven. Now I can have an intelligent conversation.
Look, Granny, I caught that big chicken.
Hey, you got
It
it.
ain't as tough as its egg.
That is a flamingo.
So it is a
Man,
flamingo.
that's my nephew, Jethro. Jethro, say hello to Miss Hathaway.
I didn't mind him. This the ding dangest chicken you ever did see.
You go to school at Oxford?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in the 5th grade.
Stop bragging and wring that chicken's neck. Ellie Mae!
No!
Is that an actual flamingo or is it a
Don't know what
puppet?
feather of that beautiful bird.
I've taken just about as much as I'm going to take from you.
Yeah, Granny.
Ellie, you get the fire going under the big kettle outdoors.
Young lady, where is your maid's uniform?
I ain't gone away.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I ain't.
Oh, yes, you are, if I must subdue you forcefully.
I wouldn't try that.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Tried to tell you.
Let me out. You trust me.
I'll set on her, Ellie. You get the fire to go under.
Now, here, Granny. Come on, let her up. Get off of her.
You are discharged. All of you. Sacked. Fired. You are the most incompetent, insubordinate, belligerent group of domestics it has ever been my misfortune.
Hathaway!
Ah, Chief, you're just in time to help me take disciplinary action.
You're fired.
I've already told them.
Not them, you. These people are the Clampetts.
Clampett?
Yes, that's right. Now go back to the office and pick up your severance pay. You are through.
Now, Mr. Drysdale, hold on a spell. I reckon there's been a kind of a misunderstanding. But this little lady's been a right big help to us. Why, she fit in just like one of the family. Matter of fact, her and me is going out hunting. Ain't that right, Miss Hathaway?
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Jethro, you can take that pink chicken back out to the cement pond. We're going out and shoot us a nice big flock sloppy souffle.
What the hell?
Come and listen to my story
About a man named Jed, a poor mountain man, barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up from the ground came a bubbling crude. Oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea.
Well, the first thing you know, Jed's a millionaire. Kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is.
Swimming pools, movie stars, the Beverly Hillbillies. It still bothers me that Granny said she wasn't going to move away from her chair, and yet she went ahead and sat down when they were finally... Well, where did the Clampetts originally live? Because, I mean, if it was a long enough drive, they probably would have stopped at some point. So I guess Granny just got out of her chair and didn't sit back in it.
Well, Jethro, what have you got to say about that?
I didn't bust it, honest. He's telling the truth, Mr. Drysdale. It was hanging in pieces like that when we moved in. Yes, sir.
No, it's supposed to be like that. It was made that way. It's been like that for 200 years.
200 years? Hey, this house
How old is this house?
Is there any inbreeding yet?
Oh,
No, not yet.
Granny wants to see you. Get out. Pull right up, kid.
So what did they find out about the chicken?
Jethro finally caught it, and as far as we know, it's
I
dead.
wanted to explain about this priceless crystal chandelier. It was designed and made for Louis XV, hung in the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles. Napoleon Bonaparte planned campaigns for the light of that chandelier. Talleyrand used it. Wellington, Disraeli, Bismarck, Wilson.
Mr. Drysdale, we're just plain folk. We don't mind a few things being secondhand. Getting back to my cousin Pearl, she's looking after the old home place for me. You ain't never seen my family home, have you?
No, I haven't, Mr. Clevitt.
Oh, so Pearl's back at the
Yes,
old
those southern
house.
mansions are beautiful.
Why
I
would
suppose
Pearl...
it has the large white pillars.
It did.
Why?
But we bring them along and put them on the beds out here.
No, you see, I was referring to wooden pillars.
Oh, I ain't never slept on one of them. We had everything first class back home. Sure hope Pearl's taking good care of that place.
That doesn't look like the same cabin.
Well, hello there.
Maybe it's different.
You're Mr. Brewster from the oil company that paid Cousin Jed all that money for his swamp.
25 million to be exact.
God damn.
You ain't here to back out, are you?
No, indeed. Your cousin's money is safe in the bank in California. I just thought you'd like to know that I heard from the bank, and your family arrived in Beverly Hills safe and sound.
Oh, that is good news. My son Jethro told Mike, you know.
Yes, I know he did.
Thanks.
Oh, I
Let
have
people
something
know
here
they're
from the
okay
bank.
now?
I think you'll
What?
enjoy it.
For me?
He said
They told me it's
He
your
said-
house I'd find you here.
I heard from the bank, and they said that your family made it safe.
Yeah.
What kind
It's a
of
long
weird
trip from my
nonsense?
house, but I'm glad
They're
to
just like,
do it for
oh, you
Jed.
got a balance of like $6,000, but
Well,
you know, we checked on your family and they're
can
doing
I help you
okay.
look for that
Thanks.
Yeah, we perform weekly house calls.
The bank purchased for him in Beverly Hills.
His credit
This is now the Jed Clampett estate.
Land to mercy, look at that.
That's a lovely looking
Bigger
place.
in the state capitol.
Quite a change from this.
If
place,
I remember
though.
correctly, it was like one of the most
the world
expensive
is
places in like real life Beverly Hills up until like
Yes, quite ornate.
2013, 2014, something like that.
My son Jethro's gonna like that.
Was it actually 25 mil?
I think it said something on the wiki page. Let me check. Beverly Hillbillies.
If they were murderers, would the name be Beverly Hillbillies?
It'd probably be like the parody of it. Let's see. Reception. Reunion, syndication, special. Chartwell Mansion. Yep, there it is. Chartwell Mansion was the most expensive home in the United States in 2018. It is also known as the Beverly Hillbillies Mansion, as the exterior once served as a camera shop for the CBS television show The Beverly Hillbillies. The house was designed by Summer Spalding in 1933 in the style of a French chateau. In 2019, the mansion was reported to have been sold to Lachlan Murdoch for about $150 million, which was the highest sale price for any house in California history. Huh.
So how did they get this house again?
We done washing. Can I go
So when Jed got the money, he didn't know what to spend it on, and so the banker had recommended like they move somewhere else, and he suggested Beverly Hills.
Place ain't got a well, it ain't got a creek. Ain't even got a rain barrel to catch what comes out of the sky.
Oh, when that banker fella seen me unloading your wash tub and scrubbing board, he said, why, you can throw that away. We don't use them things here in Beverly Hills.
Now, you listen here to me, boy. I don't care how other folks live in Beverly Hills, but us Clampets is gonna be clean.
Yes, ma'am.
May not have it as nice as we have it back home in the cabin. Plump right in the house and everything. But we ain't gonna lower our standards.
No, ma'am.
Here, wrench these things out for me. We gotta get this tub back to the kitchen for Ellie's bath. Yep. Being clean is a strict rule with your Uncle Jed. Let me look you over. Many the time we've been down to our last piece of fat. I'd say, shall I cook it to eat it, or shall I render it down for soap? He'd say no, render it down for soap, Granny. The Lord will feed us poor folks, but we gotta do our own washing.
But Uncle Jed ain't poor now, Granny. He got $25 million.
How long do you think that's gonna last if we go throwing it away on store-bought soap? Waste not, want not.
25 million.
Now here's
You think you're gonna waste that much on store-bought soap?
Stars and garters.
I don't think they know what store-bought soap is.
Whoever would have thought that my cousin Jed would be living in an estate like this?
Well, the credit is yours. You're the one who talked him into moving.
Oh, well, I put the notion in his head, but it was really kind of Ellie Mae when.
Yes, his daughter will have a wonderful life as a Beverly Hills debutante. Can't you just see that beautiful girl descending this magnificent stairway?
I sure can.
He's got a radio voice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ellie Mae, I don't reckon that's the way a young lady comes down the steps in Beverly Hills, is it, Mr. Drysdale?
Oh, not as a rule, no.
Oh, I can come down the other way. Watch this.
That would feel more dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, that's not exactly what I had in mind.
Well, show me.
No, my secretary will show you. Oh, she's in town doing some shopping for you.
Why did he say it like that?
Like what?
It's like he's seen. It's like he's seen his secretary do it before.
Is that a muskrat trap? A three-blade frog sticker?
Nope. Does Jen always have that
A
expression?
ready-made slingshot.
You
got that
way
old
off
wrinkle.
track. Now, you wait till
Just
Miss
the-
Hathaway gets here and you'll see.
Yes. Well, I'll be pushing along to the bank.
Retransition song. Is it the same?
Now, don't you worry about your daughter, Mr. Clampett. When my secretary gets through with her, you'll think she's been to finishing school.
I sure wish my cousin Pearl was out here, fixing Ellie up. She's a whiz at fancy sewing.
Oh, is she a dressmaker?
That woman can make anything. Why, she can pick up a handful of straw, and before you know it, she's made a hat.
That's remarkable. So she's a milliner.
Oh, she's a Clampett. Married to Bodine. I don't recall knowing the milliners.
Milliners are women who make hats.
That's Pearl, all right, but she's a Clampett. You talk about making hats. Pearl made herself.
I feel like they would know like what a miller is though.
Exactly.
In there on a nest.
Like, cause that's such like an old term.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
sir, they come from
That specific
everywhere
joke
to
felt
see
really
that
like
hat.
They were pushing the whole hillbilly thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pearl made it so they could copy it. Boy, they
Like,
was
haha, I'm
dozens of them
stupid.
from
I
all
only know how
around.
to farm and take care of myself.
No, Blue Jay.
Right.
Never did catch on too good with people. For a while there, Pearl couldn't hardly go out of the house without a bunch of blue jays taken out after her. Sure wish she was out here. She'd have Ellie slick as a picture in a catalog.
I
Yep.
don't like that.
I ought to be out there in Beverly Hills helping Cousin Jed.
Well, he certainly has plenty of room for you. This mansion of his has 32...
Wait, why is there a
14
horse-drawn carriage at the cabin? Pearl had a car.
32 rooms?
Yeah.
A sunken marble bathtub.
In the first episode, when Pearl came to the cabin, Pearl had a car. So why do they have a horse and carriage?
Oh. That got hurt.
I tell you, Mr. Brewster, the more I see of these pictures, the more I want to get out there and help Cousin Jed. Of course, I wouldn't go without being asked.
Well, naturally. But,
Are you sure you want to go help him, or you just want to live
You
there?
should go.
I've been asked.
Now, it's not exactly my province. Well, why don't you telephone your cousin and talk to him?
Because there ain't no
There
phone.
ain't a telephone within 40 miles of this place. Nearest one, I guess, is at the International Emporium, clean over to Oxford.
Well, I'll be happy to drive you over there.
I couldn't let you drive me all that way just to use telephone. Busy oil company man like you.
Are we getting like a romance
40
subplot?
miles.
There's no trip
Her
at all
eyebrows
in
are
this car.
moving too much.
No, I couldn't do it. Why, folks that see me riding in this big, shiny car with a tall, good-looking city fella, why, sure as the world, they'd think that... Let's go.
What about your horse and buggy?
Oh, just untie Bessie. You go on home.
What are you doing, Pearl? Oh.
Well,
making sure that
Bessie's
when they
headed for
fuck
home,
that
all
she
right.
looks good.
I thought she was
Mrs.
fiddling
Bodine,
with
how
her
long has your
lady
buggy been
bits.
hitched there?
By an hour, why?
Blue Jay built her nest on the seat, and she was sitting on her eggs.
Oh, shoot. I want to clear that.
Here's Miss Hathaway.
Mon capitaine, je suis lettre.
Fine. Ready for Ellie Mae?
Slap him.
Yeah.
Wish she wanted that arm back.
Knowing Miss Hathaway, I wouldn't put it above her.
Other feminine appurtenances within these cartons. I am ready to assume the role of
Wait, what?
Pygmalion. Other feminine, the gossamer garments, exotic lotions, and other feminine appurtenances within these cartons. I am ready to assume
what?
the role of Pygmalion and transform that barefoot Galatea into a striking and sophisticated paragon of Beverly Hills literature.
That's yes the hard way. Well, duty calls. I leave you in capable hands.
Oh, so they're gonna do like a pretty lady thing with
Well,
Ellie Mae or whatever that
neighborly
movie
of you,
is.
Miss Hathaway. You reckon you can handle Ellie Mae?
Uncle Jed, Granny says... Oh, howdy, Miss Hathaway.
Oh, bonjour, Jethro.
Here are them things in for Miss Hathaway, Jethro. I think she kind of likes you, boy. She does?
Well, I can't take them into the house. That's what I come out here to tell you.
What do they act like?
Granny says that all the men folks got to stay out of the house while
Think
Ellen
she
Mae's
likes me?
taking her bath.
But isn't Ellie Mae bathing in the privacy of her own bedroom suite?
Hear what she called you? Sweet.
What's the matter with him? Why doesn't he answer?
Hey, he's just a little shy, I reckon. Ask him again.
Is Ellie Mae in her bedroom suite?
No, she ain't, darling.
Never mind, I'll find her myself.
Is he okay?
Uncle Jed, I got
Is
me
he
a girl.
special?
You sure have, boy, and a city girl, too.
I still don't, because they keep saying he's in the grade. So I don't know if they're implying he's just dumb, or if they're implying he grew up really fast.
Every girl in the 5th grade was after him.
I hardly think anything serious can develop between boys and girls in the 5th grade.
Oh, I don't
you'd
know.
be surprised.
So far this year, there's been 3 couples out of Jethro's class get married.
Married? 5th grader?
5th grade?
Parson's nearly as busy in that school as the teacher.
Heard of
Uh-oh, wouldn't you know it? There's that Snoopy Alverna Bradshaw and her big mouth daughter sitting on my front porch. Oh, I could just hear the stories they'll start going around if they see me in this car here with you. Yoo-hoo! Alverna!
I don't think so.
Terrible gossip, that woman, always making trouble. She tried to talk Griney out of going to California. She ought to see Griney now. Like a queen in that Beverly Hills mansion.
Oh, yeah. Very queen.
I listened to Ellie Bradshaw and stayed home. We had a pump right in the house. Didn't have to tote water a quarter of a mile. Oh, you ready to get rinsed off, Ellie?
Well, not yet, Granny. Should have washed my hair.
No, you better wait till... That pond water smells like a
Yeah,
duck
she's been in there.
I wondered why there's no fish in that
Oh.
pond.
Yeah, I reckon fish.
Her body
Don't
pruned
you
as
worry.
hell.
My lye soap will kill anything that kills them fish.
Have you seen... What in the world's going on here?
Well, there's a bath going on. That's what's going on. Howdy.
But I don't understand.
Well, then somebody ought to explain it to you, sissy woman. You need some water. Then you put it in a great big tub like this. You put some soap in it, and then you get in it, and you start to wash, and that's what you call a bath.
Granny, you don't have to do this sort of thing in Beverly Hills.
Don't you listen to her, Ellie. Ain't you ever heard that saying that cleanness is next to godliness?
That's why minimalists can't live in a
And I bet you
mansion.
didn't live in Beverly.
Yeah.
Here, Ellie, dry yourself off with this nice big bath towel.
No fan service?
I'll rinse off that old lye soap.
Lye soap. Did you say lye soap?
That's right. I make it myself.
But that will ruin this beautiful girl's delicate skin.
I've been washing with it for 72 years. Look at my skin.
It's like leather.
Yes. Nice, ain't it?
Granny, I hope you will forgive my momentary bewilderment at this primitive form of ablution, but please let me explain.
Well, first explain what you just said.
Well, Ellie Mae has a beautiful big bathtub upstairs.
Upstairs? It was hard enough carrying the water in here. I ain't going to tote no water upstairs.
But you don't have to. There's a big, beautiful... Haven't you been upstairs?
No. Jed said that probably belonged to somebody else. Ain't that right, Ellie?
Yeah. Paul said he heard tell that folks sometimes live one family right on top of another.
But that's
She got
only in
dressed really
apartment
quick.
Houses. This entire
I know,
house
right?
belongs to you. And
I wish
each
I
one
could
has
get
its
changed
own
that quick.
individual bedroom
She
suite.
whipped that
Come
shit
along
on
and
real
let me
quick.
show you. And also the lovely things I brought from town.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll be up directly.
What all did you bring from town?
Everything, Ellie. Everything from chapeau to pumps.
Pumps! Praise the Lord. Now I won't have to tote water.
Get through? Yeah, Uncle Jed? Now, as you're going to be keeping company with a girl, is there any questions you like to ask me?
What kind of question?
When you gonna graduate?
About girls. How much you know about girls?
Damon's computer ever
boy.
restart?
I could probably call him a song.
All right.
Speaking?
See what's up.
I was gonna say.
They're shorter and rounder,
Yeah?
and the hair's longer, and it smells sweet when you snuggles up to 'em.
Oh, so you've been doing some snuggling, have you?
I've done more than that.
Well, I reckon you better tell me about it. Who was she?
Prettiest girl in the hills, Big Mouth Bradshaw.
Old Verna's girl. I hear tell she's kind of fast.
Is she ever? Uncle Jed, I was walking past the cabin, and Big Mouth, she calls out the window to me. She says, "Howdy, Jethro." She says, "My ma's just made a big batch of cookies. Come on in and have some." And I says, "Sure your ma won't mind?" She says, Ma's gone, and so's Pa. I'm here all alone.
Hey, where's your
I was in that
computer
house before you
doing?
could wink an eye.
Can't say as I blame you.
Your computer? Did you restart it? What do you mean downloading? Oh, okay. Well, we were wondering where you're at. We just watched Jed fuck his dog. What do you mean? Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, because I tomorrow I'm gonna pay my insurance and then be done with it. So okay, just let me know. Bye. You missed the incest of a lifetime.
You say he was downloading something?
Yeah, spell break.
Oh.
There's also dinner over at their house that's done. So Ham said he'll be back in a little bit.
All right.
The Big Mouth,
Jethro.
she puts a music record on the phonograph machine and commences to sashaying around it, twisting and turning.
Commences?
I don't think that they would use that kind of word.
Yeah, I reckon so.
The thing is, pause it real quick.
Put
This
your
is
arms around
what bugs me about this show so far. They're like, we stupid hillbillies, and then they use like words that I guess people, normal people would use.
Right.
So, they're like, oh,
He wouldn't have said
California.
he wouldn't have said commences. He would have said like, oh, she started to dance.
Exactly. He wouldn't have been like, oh, she commenced. Like,
Or like, yeah, and then she was dancing toward me. And, like,
added a hog stick.
Jethro, and I'll teach you the two-step.
What'd you say?
I says, listen, Big Mouth, I says, here we are, all alone.
Listen,
Your Ma
Big
and your
Mouth.
Pa gone.
That's her name.
You think that I'm going to waste my time dancing? I say, it's not me, sister. Bring on them cookies.
What'd she say?
Well,
Jed, you and Jethro can start digging the well. That city woman brought us some pumps.
That's fine, Granny. We'll get right to it. What'd that Bradshaw girl say when you said bring on them cookies?
Well, she just held up them cookies like this here. Kind of blinked her eyes at me and said, Jethro, which do you think it tastes sweeter? These here cookies or my lips? Well, Uncle Jed, right then and there's when I found out she was fast. I grabbed them 2 cookies, and it took me 2 miles to outrun that gal.
I don't like the way he's describing this.
Jethro, on one of these days, you and me's got to have a long talk.
He's like, Jethro, you're a retard.
Well, because Jed had asked if she was fast, meaning like fast as in like the 60s slang of like being a slut. And Jethro was interpreted that as fast as in like literally fast.
Sounds like Jethro has a lot of charm and sex appeal.
Oh, he has.
Like, I feel like the hillbillies wouldn't even know what the term, like the slang for fast was.
Yeah, I don't feel like... I mean, maybe Jed would know it considering he's older, but...
Yeah, but not like,
Yes. I ought to be out there looking after you,
like,
Jethro. You know, Jethro needs him to help garden a place this big.
Well, most Beverly Hills mansions have regular gardeners. And of course, they're complete sprinkler.
Immigrants.
That entire lawn is crisscrossed with underground
them
pipes.
damn immigrants.
Land to mercy.
Oh, God.
By thunder, Jethro, there's water all over this property. Ain't too deep, neither.
I know. Should I commence to digging?
Well, now let's get it.
He said it again.
That way the pump won't have to first.
Mr. Clampett, I cannot handle that odor of yours.
What happened?
That box of beautiful clothing.
Here's what happened. Where is she? I'll go right up and talk to her.
Why does his voice get deeper there? Listen to him.
Bolted like a wild colt.
I was afraid this would happen. Where is she?
She's up there.
I'll go right up and talk to her.
I'll go right up and talk to her.
Jethro, have you been upstairs yet?
No, ma'am.
Then you've got a surprise coming to you.
What is it?
Your sweets.
So are you.
No.
Oh, howdy, Pop.
Hey. I'm ashamed of you.
I'm just thinking both of his
Running off
kids
from
are
Miss
special.
Halfway.
Well, Jethro's not his kid. Jethro's his, like, his cousin's kid. So his, like,
okay.
his, like, second nephew, second cousin, whatever that is.
Just a minute,
Ellie Mays' daughter.
See for yourself.
Doggone. A store-bought, lace-trimmed, double-barrel slingshot.
I don't know how good I can aim it, but it'll sure throw a heap of rocks.
Yeah, they really need me out there. Why, I could work wonders for Ellie Mae with my fancy sewing and beauty secrets and hairstyling and everything. Of course, I had to learn all
It's like
those
he's tired
things,
of hearing
not
her talk.
having
Well, what was he looking at? It looked like he was looking at a GPS or something.
Didn't you say it was 40 miles to the town of Oxford?
That's right.
Well, we've already driven 110 miles.
Oh, he's like looking at the
I
speedometer.
forgot to tell you the turn off. Well, long as we come this far, maybe we ought to go right on to California.
Oh, no.
I tell you, Granny, there's so much water here, you could shoot a load of buckshot in that ground and bring up a dozen springs.
I'll be right back.
He didn't really mean it.
I ain't never missed yet.
Jesus.
What bugs me about the show so far is that they have a really nice place.
Mhm.
And they're just oblivious to, like, everything.
Well, and
Except
it's
when they're not.
right, and it's not like they're trying to paint him as like stupid hicks, but it just, at least to me, it just comes off as like cute or endearing. Like they've never known anything like this before, and it's just so innocent.
And the show wants to paint him as, like, this idiotic...
Right, come laugh at the dumb hicks.
Yeah. Well, that's the 60s for you.
Yeah.
Buddy Epstein. Oh, that's an Epstein. Donna Douglas. I want to live in a fucking White House.
What the hell is that? Oh, it's moonshine still.
Okay, Granny. Don't you throw it in the water, you dumb motherfucker.
Don't. No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you want to drink the pool water, Jethro.
Richard Horf.
Orf. I am not a merry man.
Turn it a mite that way, Jethro.
Only one bad thing about putting you still here, Granny.
What's that?
Drysdale place.
Why'd she say it like that?
Smell of your corn.
What's that?
Drysdale place is downwind. The smell of your corn liquor or brewing is gonna drive poor Miss Drysdale right out of her mind. She's a drinking woman.
How do you know, Uncle Jay?
Well, he kind of let it slip by. Remember when we was unloading this from the truck?
Yeah?
He says to me, what's that? I said, that's still for making corn liquor.
Corn liquor.
Kind of white and trembly, and he said,
Corn.
oh, please don't ever let my wife see that. I reckon she just can't leave the stuff alone.
Folks like that. Terrible.
Come to think of it, that's how come she's in Boston.
What kind of drinking?
Yeah. Miss Hathaway says she goes all over every place looking to get cured.
Them city cures no good. The minute you go to taking it away from them, they want it all the more.
She's the type of person to believe that, like, the earth would heal everything.
She could have all she wanted. When they find
Flat earther.
they don't care.
Yeah.
Or like a grounder.
Or like a Wiccan,
Like
maybe?
I can't wear shoes. I need to be connected to the earth at all times.
Yeah, shit like that.
Hey, look, everybody. Ella Mae's wearing a dress.
How, Mr.
She looks
Parker's in
good.
the house to see you.
All right. My, ain't she pretty?
Oh, don't say it like that. Oh, he licked his lips. Go back. Did you see him lick his lips?
No.
All right. My,
I think he did. Or his mustache moved.
No, yeah, he
ain't she pretty?
he like stuck his tongue out.
He was like, God damn.
Oh, Granny, she just got the dress on back. Ellie, honey, put it on the other way around.
All right.
Hold it. Hold on. What kind of a dress is that?
Well, Miss Hathaway says a California sundress.
Let no son of mine wear it. She ought to need it. Granny, you'd best get her into something.
They're not this stupid.
See, I like the ones where it's like wordplay like that. But when it's just like, oh, I don't know what that is, then it's kind of hit or miss.
Okay? Okay, Uncle Jack.
Just fucking.
Someday I gotta have a long talk with that boy.
He looks so dumb with Jethro.
Drysdale's office, Miss Hathaway speaking. Boston. That must be Mrs. Drysdale. No, don't put her on. She'll only make my life Mrs. Drysdale. How are you? How are things in Boston?
The doctors here are just as silly as the ones in Beverly Hills. They insist there's nothing wrong with me. They've got me so depressed. I just had to call and talk to my darling. Are you taking good care of him?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, he's stretched out on the sofa right now having his nap.
How sweet. Well, the moment he wakens, you take his temperature and give him some of that blue medicine.
Blue medicine.
He's waking now? Oh, marvelous. Put him on. Tell him Mumsy wants to
The way
hear
she
his
talks is
sweet
hilarious. Put him on.
Speak to your mumsy. He whined.
Oh, he probably has a migraine. Oh, poor Patricia, my lord.
Even made a hypochondriac.
What is that noise? That is not a dog whine.
What the fuck?
Listen to that. Wee, wee, wee. That is not a dog.
Oh, Melvin, my husband. Yes, well, is he there?
Okay.
No, he's up at the Clampett.
Is he there?
They bought the place next to yours.
I love the way she talks.
My husband. Is he there?
My husband is gone.
Not to mingle with them socially until I've had a genealogical check run on them. We don't want riffraff living under our very noses.
Well, it's a little late for that, lady.
Don't open near fire.
I don't want any hicks living next door to me.
Oh, those dirty stuff.
Those dirty hill people. They're going to eat my dog.
My fluffy creature.
Yeah, she doesn't even call it a dog. She just refers to it as that fluffy thing.
Yeah, the fluffy thing in the corner.
Has anybody seen my fluffy thing?
It sometimes talks and eats.
Ma'am, does your dog talk to you? Oh, yes, all the time. A real daughter of Sam.
Now, would you believe that she...
Wait, what did he say?
And she has a dog. A perfectly healthy poodle. Now, would you believe that she...
Don't tell me.
Laps it up just like she does.
What?
Lord, you're sure toting.
So,
Laps what?
Granny thinks that they're talking about his wife being an alcoholic when he's talking about her taking different medicines and saying that her dog takes different medicines too, and Granny thinks that he's saying that their dog is an alcoholic too.
Granny, tell you about her complaints about the kitchen?
Jed, I'm ashamed to mention my piddling troubles to a man bowed down with the misery he's got. You know his wife.
That face.
He's got.
Jed's face, he's like, what?
You know his wife.
Mr. Drysdale, our hearts go out to you.
And we're gonna help you, ain't we, Jed?
You bet you we are. Man serves a poor purpose in this world.
Like, see, it was like social cues like that where she was like showing the drinking
Mhm.
that they understand.
Have a nip, it'll brace you up.
Oh, no, thank you. I never touch it.
I don't drink, but I've always wanted to drink something out of a jug like that.
They were like,
all the trouble and
you don't drink?
none of the fun.
You don't drink moonshine.
Here goes a soft-hearted woman.
Yeah. Now, about her complaints.
Well, for one thing, that electric meat grinder has been giving Granny a heap of trouble.
Electric meat grinder?
Yeah, listen right here in the dish trough. Oh, it grinds the meat all right, but then you can't find it. It goes down that pipe. Granny lost 2 squirrels and a rabbit in that thing.
That makes sense.
You only put
See, like, stuff like that is fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Drysdale, that ain't altogether true. Granny sure wanted
It's just like the sundress thing.
Mhm.
This here sideways pump don't work at all. You must have carried in a barrel of water to prime that thing, but it didn't work. Oh, there's another thing. Every once in a while, this little thingamajig here makes a ringing noise like that. There it goes again.
Well, that's a telephone. Someone's calling you.
I feel like it's probably something like episode 1.
They're calling you on the telephone. Say hello into it.
Hello.
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 Mr. Clampett?
I said my name. Can they see through this thing? No.
Not on that kind of phone, Jed.
Well, they sure can.
You're 40 years too early.
Yeah.
That's my secretary. She knows I'm here. Yes, Miss Hathaway.
Mr. Drysdale, I have some messages.
I'll be doggone. Granny! Come look what we got!
How many burners are on that stove?
God damn!
It's an 8-burner stove.
Bro, can you imagine how much dinner you could just... It would be so much... It would be so easy making dinner for a whole family on that thing.
With this instrument, you can talk to anyone, any place in the civilized world.
We talked to my cousin Pearl? Oh, yes, of course. Right now? Yes. Ellie Mae.
If she's at a phone.
Run out back and fetch Jethro. Oh, wait a minute. He might not have his clothes on yet. Oh, I'll get him.
What?
Because
What, he had
Jethro
his clothes on?
went swimming.
Is he greening us? Can we honest to goodness talk to Pearl on this day?
Fuck is greening?
What did he say?
I don't know.
Oh, ladies, first, you gotta pick this thing up.
Hello, Pearl, you old rascal. What you doing back there? Father, I Pearl, this here's Ellen. What's she saying?
Ain't a word, you just humming.
The only definition I can find of it is the return or revival of youthful characteristics.
Jethro will be right in. You ready to call
I guess it's one of those things that just old people used to say.
I guess.
First, you've got to dial long distance like this.
Howdy, Pearl.
Hello, Pearl, you old rascal. What you doing back there? There ain't no bitch ain't alley.
This is long distance.
We know that, Pearl. Oh, I believe you have the operator. What's Pearl's number? Number?
Operator.
Just a moment.
Hey, folks. Mr. Drysdale told me what y'all was up to. You can't talk to Ma on that thing.
Well, look who's getting too smart for his britches.
Too big for him, too.
Mr. Drysdale says we can talk to her.
Yeah, you think you know more than Mr. Drysdale?
Well, I know Ma ain't got no telephone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they're not gonna be able to call Pearl unless they have access to a phone. Because as far as I remember, she's in the car with the banker still.
Yeah.
I get it. I know what to do when it does that.
Hello?
Yeah, he's here. Well, for goodness sake. Well, sure. Well, howdy there, Miss Drysdale. Let's hear it. Margaret. Oh, how wonderful.
I can't get over that stove.
Oh, yes, the telephone man.
It's so nice.
Well, how are you?
I'm worried. That's how I am.
Oh, there she is again.
Yeah, she's back. Wait, who's... Is that all Mr. Drysdale in those pictures? Because the one in the middle looks like some sort of sportsman.
I'm afraid, Milburn, that you've let the wrong kind of people move in next door to us, and I'm dreadfully upset.
You let the wrong kind of people move in. They don't have phones.
I don't think she has control of who lives in the neighborhood.
I think they're called poor people.
I can't believe you let a bunch of inbred cannibals into our neighborhood.
You said cannibals. I thought you said fucking. You said Campbell's like chunky soup.
No, their names are the Clampets.
Oh.
Next year.
Milburn, this conversation is making less and less sense. Now, I want the truth about the Clampets, or I'm flying home immediately.
Now, Margaret, please control yourself. I don't want you flying. No, please, dear. Please, stay on the ground.
They probably think she's a witch or something.
Lie down and take a sip. And I'll call you from the office. Goodbye. I'm sorry, my wife. We understood.
At least the phone is actually plugged into a wire.
Yeah.
A lot of time in shows that's not plugged in, and you can tell when they pick it up and move it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Just tear your heart out. He is so ashamed of his wife, he don't even want us to meet her.
What he says, she won't be cured till Christmas of next year.
You gotta help me, Granny.
I still say I could cure Mrs. Drysdale in 2 days.
Sure be worth a try. If we could get her out here.
Kid, misery loves company. And if that poor, miserable woman thought that she had a drinking friend living next door...
Granny, you ain't ever down more than a thimbleful in your whole life.
I know, kid. But it'd be worth a little white lie to help a neighbor and save a marriage.
Damn.
It's a good drunk to save the marriage.
Says a lot about the marriage.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Ain't that a stroke of luck, Granny? It's Mrs. Drysdale again. Well, no, ma'am, he ain't here, Miss Drysdale, but Granny and me'd like to talk to you. He's your next-door neighbors, the Clampets.
Listen, honey, I got my still set up not 50 feet from your back door. Now you come on home and you and me will get glassy-eyed, falling down crocked. Juiced eyeballs. How does that sound to you, honey?
I don't hear nothing.
It's gonna cut to her and she's like fainted or something.
Probably.
Yep.
She's just
Yep.
Oh, damn.
She dead. What was that? I like how the music cuts out too.
It abruptly just stops like someone just...
It doesn't fade out, it just cuts. Like that's how it was when I edited my first video, because I didn't know how to do it. Is the dog's name Claude?
You're looking at the dark side.
bright side.
Of course. Your wife is an intelligent woman. She'll see that underneath that rough exterior, the Clavets are basically fine people. Why, she may
Basically.
even help them to get socially acclimated.
You're right. I don't need my psychiatrist. You do. My wife, through whose aristocratic veins flows blood the color of bluing, considers anyone whose ancestors did not arrive on the Mayflower immigrants.
She does make rather
Jesus.
a family tree.
Damn.
But nothing. I'm stuck.
That's
I'm either gonna lose my wife or my
where's
life.
her MAGA
That's what
hat?
makes the whole thing so different. You know, I like the Clarence, but I love my wife.
But so she must be like a descendant of immigrants or something, though, unless she's just putting on that accent for show.
Yeah.
As we used to say at Vassar, que tout devient to a clarisset. Courage will light your path.
Yes, I know what I have to do. I'll go to the airport. I'll take Margaret in my arms. I'll look her in the eye and lie like a rug.
I'll tell her to turn the fuck around and get out of here while she still has a chance.
But they're just getting settled. What could possibly induce them to leave town?
That's your problem.
But they're just getting settled.
Finagle them into going to Palm Springs for a few days.
No, no. I will not help you spin your deceitful web.
Miss Hathaway, would you rather be an unemployed secretary or a spider at a raid?
You know, I think the Clampetts might enjoy Palm Springs.
Palm Springs? Where's that?
It's about 125 miles from here. In the desert.
Desert?
Yeah, remember we crossed on them on the way out here. All that sand?
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. Like, where did they move from? I don't think they ever said where they came from.
Yeah.
But this is different, Granny. This is a beautiful resort.
I mean, it must have been a fairly decent distance considering they lived. I think it might have been the Ozarks.
Didn't jump in with the clothes
Oh
on.
boy.
Oh, surely not. She promised to wear the lovely swim ensemble I got her.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, she done just like Jethro. Here she comes with the dress shrunk clear up to her. Granny!
What's the matter?
All her hair come out.
What?
It's true. Ellie lost her beautiful hair.
She's wearing a swimming cap.
She's bald as an eagle.
Hey, take off your bathing cap.
She wouldn't look bad with a shaved head, though.
Oh, praise be.
It's not like I have a thing for girls with shaved heads or anything.
Well, you had one that went swimming with your clothes on and shrunk up that nice dress.
This ain't a dress, is it, Miss?
Riley Nixon who?
It's a beach jacket to wear over a bathing suit.
Ellie Mae Clampett.
Cover up your nakedness, child.
He's about to dick his daughter right here, right now.
Well, you wouldn't catch me in nothing like that.
I'd hope not.
Neither.
Well,
How would you like for a member of your family to become Princess of Palm Springs?
Right?
They're holding a beauty contest at the Springs this week, and someone in this very room has the face and the figure to win.
see, they're probably just gonna think like literal princess.
Yeah.
No bathing suit.
Believe me, Mr. Clampett, this beautiful daughter of yours can win that Palm Springs beauty contest without even trying.
Can we go, Pa?
I'm sorry, Ellie Mae, but I just don't cotton to the notion of a bunch of strangers gawking at your bare limbs. Besides, we already know you're the prettiest. Why shame all them other girls?
Damn.
Yes, sir, Pa. Mr. Clampett, I do wish you would reconsider about going to Palm Springs, even if Ellie
Uncle
doesn't...
Jay and Duke and... Howdy, Miss Hathaway.
Jane to you, Jethro.
Well, Jane to you, too. Duke and me's all set to go hunting, ain't we, Duke?
Jethro, have you ever hunted in the desert?
No, ma'am.
He's gonna fuck the shit out of her when he gets
You might even see a mirage.
If there's one there, old Duke will tree it. He's the best hunting dog there is.
Well, I love hunting around Palm Springs. You'll all love Palm Springs. They have wonderful hotels. Have you ever stayed in a beautiful hotel suite?
No, I ain't, darling.
That's you and me go and leave these two lovebirds alone.
And wait, please, let me take you all to Palm Springs.
Jesus.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you take Jethro and Ellie Mae, and me and Granny will stay here.
And Mrs. Drysdale would see. I mean,
Is Drysdale coming home? Is that why you was trying to get us out of town so we wouldn't meet her?
yes, that is the reason. I'm so ashamed I could die.
Yeah, now, don't go to crying about it. The way I look at it, ain't nobody got a right to be ashamed of nobody else. Good Lord made us all, and if we's good enough for him, we sure ought to be good enough for each other. I hold back on them tears. You's among friends. I remember a long time ago hearing a fella say it. He said it just about right. He said, there is so much good in the worst of us and so much bad in the best of us that it don't hardly.
Boo!
Well, go ahead and bawl. It'll make you feel better. I tell you what, if this means so much to you, we'll all pick up and go to them Palm Springs with you.
Oh, bless you. Mr. Drysdale would be so happy. I'll go help Ellie Mae pack.
She said it's so rushed.
Huh?
She said it's so rushed.
Yeah.
I got the pack.
Well, I don't even think they knew that Mr. Like, why would they think that Mr. Drysdale would be happy about it?
Okay, Uncle Jed.
No idea. Nice car.
Is that Mrs. Drysdale?
Damn, she did not wait for him to pull her
No.
door open.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Jed. Well, Margaret, don't you want to stop at home first and freshen up, take some medicine or something?
Philbin, I have just flown 3,000 miles to meet the Clampetts, and I intend to meet them right now.
Well, Don, they're probably out of town. You see, they travel extensively. Oh, they're wonderful people.
So what is he afraid of?
I know how anxious you are to get back to Boston.
Like, she's like super elitist and stuff, and so he's worried about her finding out that they're not
Hillbillies.
sophisticated. Yeah.
Let's go ask him.
Melvin, what is the matter with you? Melvin, let go. Let go, you hear me? Let go, I say. Let go, have you gone mad? Let go, you beast.
Step aside, lady. I'll shoot it. What'd you shoot, Jethro? I think it was a fox. Who's that? My wife.
He died in the car.
Get her home as quickly as possible.
What's going on?
Wait, did she wait to get in the car to pass out? Like
I
to
guess.
faint? She was like, I don't want to open the car door, get in, buckle up, and just faint.
Poor woman.
You mean poor husband.
Damn.
We can't go
Yikes.
to Palm Springs and leave our neighbor at a time like this.
That's right. We gotta pitch in and see that his wife gets cute.
Uncle Jed, are we going hunting?
Might as well. It'll be a while before she sleeps that one off.
Well, I hope there's some possum around. These skinny old California foxes ain't worth shooting at.
Special kind of stupid.
Did it skip the theme song? That
All
sucks.
right, now, Jethro, tell us exactly
Those doors
what
bug
happened
me.
with Ms. Drysdale.
Because it doesn't open all the way from the top. It opens like halfway down.
Fighting with a furry-looking varmint.
Turned out it was Ms. Drysdale.
No, Uncle Jed. It was a fox.
Lady was Ms. Drysdale.
Oh, yeah. So I grabs up the shotgun, and I says, step aside, lady, and I'll shoot it. Well, instead of that, she whipped around and threw that thing in the air. Well, I shot it on the fly with both barrels.
Blew my wife's fox fur to shreds.
I wonder if you fainted dead away.
I caught her just
Jeez, she looks dead.
Chauffeur had to help me get her into the car. She was out like a light.
She was stewed to the gills. You said it took 2 men to get her back in the car.
You know, Jethro,
Could be that there fox was Miss Drysdale's pet.
Why in tarnation would she want a sneaky old fox for a pet? 'Cause them kind of people are liable to do anything.
What kind of people?
Ask your pa.
Well, I reckon I can't protect you from the ugly side of life
Fancy
forever.
pants people.
You see, Miss Drysdale is what city folks calls what was her husband called it, Granny?
Hypochondriac.
Yeah. That means she drinks a little.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Her own husband said her bedroom was full of bottles.
I must be a drunk then.
She looks dead.
The doctor says she'll sleep for several hours. He gave her a sedative.
Why do you give her a sedative? She was already passed out.
He insisted that he have a sedative.
What is wrong with her?
Poor dog, he's probably the
hell?
first canine hypochondriac.
Let's be thankful for one thing, Mr. Drysdale.
What's that?
The tree outside the window. It completely obscures her view of the Clampett estate.
Yes. And if that tree should ever lose its leaves and she gets one look at those hillbillies.
It shall not happen. The Clampett
Yes.
agrees to accompany me to Palm Springs.
Those
Fine, fine.
dirty
Now, you keep them there
hicks.
until I get Margaret back to Boston.
Can do and will do.
Maybe it's for the best that you know about that poor woman next door, Ellie. Now you can pitch in and help us get her cured.
Yep. I'll need you
Pitch
to
in and help
find
us
the
get her
mixins for a
cured.
sobering up mash. That's what I'll
Yes,
get her
help me
first.
fix
But
my
Miss Jane
wife.
said she was taking us to Palm Springs.
Folks don't run off and leave the neighbors when they're in trouble. What all you gonna need for your sobering up mash, Granny?
Well, most of the stuff I got. But it takes cocoon root, wretchweed, sourdough, skunk oil, chimney soot, spider web,
Chimney soot.
horse beard, snake wart,
Horse
everleaf,
beard.
chicken gizzards, stump water,
Chicken
coal oil,
gizzards.
slippery elm ooze, and turpentine, and a few more things that's secret. Oh, and the biggest toad you can find.
Granny, you use a live toad?
That's just for testing. I give it a swaller to see how far it jumps.
Last time Granny used a sobering up mash, set a new record. Clean over the top of Alverny Bradshaw's clothesline.
That's tall jumping for a toad.
Oh, this wasn't no toad. This was Alverny's husband, Homer. It's him Granny was sobering up. Well, Ellie, if you're going out in the brush hunting stuff for Granny, you'd best put on some old clothes.
Okay, Pop. Well, let's get it going.
Why are they like so obsessed with Ellie Mae's clothes?
It's kind of weird.
Oh, I pert near forgot. I have to have some goat's milk. After Mrs. Drysdale takes my sobering up mash, she has to have fresh goat's milk every half hour to stop the burning.
Well, I reckon Jethro can borrow some. Well-to-do neighborhood like this, folks is bound to keep goats.
Everybody except us. We ain't even got a cow.
Nor pigs neither.
Nor chickens.
We ain't even got nothing to pull a plow.
You're supposed to be so dad blame rich. I'll bet we're the only family in Beverly Hills that ain't got a mule.
I reckon it is high time I was stocking this place. Even Mr. Drysdale.
I wonder how long they've been
after me
living
to
there
buy some
for so
cattle.
far.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, just the other day he says to me, he says,
Maybe a
Mr.
month?
Clampett, you got $25 million in cash. You ought to put some of that money into stock.
Well, we better get busy now if we're going to find...
There goes that music again. Jethro, did you ever find out where that's coming from?
No, sir, I didn't. Every time I went to
I
look
mean,
for
that's
it,
one of the
somebody
things that
always
makes
comes to
sense.
the
They would
door.
have no idea what a doorbell is.
Yeah.
This time I'm gonna find it for sure.
Yeah, good hunting. Me and Granny will be figuring out what stock to buy.
Doggone it, never failed. Howdy, Miss Hathaway.
Oh, please stop calling me Miss Hathaway. Now, if I can call you by your first name, Jethro, surely you can do the same for me.
But, well, howdy, Miss Jethro.
Oh
How
my
about
God.
calling me Jane?
I like that better.
Well, are we all set to leave for Palm Springs?
I always forget
No,
her first
ma'am.
name. I always just
Uncle
called her
Jed
Miss
means going to
Hathaway.
town and buy some stock.
Stock?
Yes, ma'am.
Jane.
Mr. Drysdale, he told Uncle Jed he had ought to put some of his money into stock.
He dictated a memo on that. But you needn't waste time driving into town.
He did what
You
to
can
a
order your
memo?
stock by telephone. Now, here are Mr. Drysdale's recommendations. He doesn't want your Uncle Jed to get a bum steer.
Oh, Uncle Jed, he wouldn't buy no bum steer.
He should be cautious in the bull market.
You gotta be careful with cows, too.
See, stuff like this
You
is
have the most
good.
delightful
The
common
wordplay.
sense of humor. Now then, would you like to ride to Palm Springs with me, or would you prefer to drive and meet me there? Jethro,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
would you like to drive your own car?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I like to drive.
Very well. I have typed out explicit directions. I've even drawn a map showing the exact location of the hotel. They have a lovely pool, and Jethro,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'm taking a bikini to Palm Springs.
Is that faster than a train?
Jethro, you dear naive boy. You shall see when we go swimming. You Tarzan. Me Jane.
No, ma'am. I'm Jethro Bodine.
I almost hate to see you change.
I ain't gonna change.
Oh, yes, you will. Under my tutelage, you will become an educated man of letters. Someday, I shall introduce you as Jethro Bodine. B.A., M.A., Ph.D.
She like him.
She's one of those girls where it's like, I like a broken man. I can try and fix him.
That ain't the way you spell Bodine. All I know is this is the kind of stock Mr. Drysdale thinks is good.
What does that say?
IBM.
What's that spell?
IBM.
What's an IBM?
I don't know. Next it's got, Us's.
Us's?
Well, that's what's wrote there. U-S-S.
That makes sense.
Maybe it ain't Mr. Drysdale's fault. Just between you and me, that Miss Hathaway can't spell for sour grape.
I don't need this list nohow. Me and Granny's already figured out what we want.
That's right. A pair of goats, 3 pigs, 4 cows, a bull, a mule, and a dozen chickens.
Oh,
Get all that on a truck?
they think
Don't have
he's
to.
talking about
Miss Hathaway said
livestock,
just call on the telephone.
not
bring 'em out.
stock. I knew there was some
Oh, no.
confusion there, but I didn't know what they were confusing it for.
Hello?
Jed, I watched that banker feller. You have to stick your finger in them holes and spin her a while.
All right.
Don't say it like that.
He ends up calling 911.
Reckon that ought to do it?
Operator.
Oh, howdy, ma'am. This here is Jed Clampett. I'd like to buy some stock.
What number do you wish?
Number? Oh, a couple of goats, 3 pigs, 4 cows, a bull, a mule, and a dozen chickens.
I'll give you information.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate all the information you can give me. It's the first time I ever bought stock on the telephone.
Perhaps I'd better connect you with a supervisor.
2 heads is better than 1.
Supervisor speaking. May I help you?
Well, thank you, ma'am. This here is Jed Clampett, and I'd like to buy some stock.
Do you know the number you wish to reach?
Well, that's more or less up to the animals, but the number I want to start with is a couple of goats, 3 pigs, 4 cows, a bull, a mule, and a dozen chickens.
Are the animals on the tennis court?
As soon as Ellie gets back from the Drysdale, she can milk this here goat.
Mr. Drysdale sure has got a nice house, ain't he, Granny?
Yep. Nice house, nice car, nice job. But the evil of drink has sure laid a heavy hand on his heart.
Jesus, Granny.
Never forget, Ellie. Drinking is a curse.
You take a drink,
right, Granny,
now
we
then,
get it.
Granny.
It's so weird because, like, people usually associate hicks nowadays with, like, being drunks.
Mm-hmm.
But the people in the Ozarks can be, like, super religious and, like, super against drinking.
Yeah.
I'll throw a double scissors and an arm lock on her.
Just so you don't cut off her wind, or she can't breathe.
Yeah.
Howdy. We've come to see Miss Drysdale.
I'm sorry, madam, but Mrs. Drysdale cannot be disturbed.
Are you her kin?
I'm a butler.
Oh, that
I'm
must
a
have been her
butler.
maiden name.
Wait, what did she say?
Taking care of... Oh, that must have been her maiden name. You were taking care of her, are you?
I am a butler, madam.
Well, I'm glad to see that her family ain't ashamed to help her.
Whom shall I say called?
Well, this here's Granny, and I'm Ellie Mae. Pa and Jethro would have come too, but they're busy with the cattle.
Very good.
Hold on now. We've come to see Miss Drysdale.
Mrs. Drysdale is indisposed, madam. She is not received.
Indisposed.
Still sleeping it off, huh?
Mrs. Drysdale is
When she comes to, you just spoon
indisposed,
half of this down
madam.
her and then stand back.
Dumb
Yes, she'll commit
bitch.
to doing some tall jumping.
I think the only fancy word she doesn't say
We'll be
is
back
bitch.
later with the goat milk. Want me to stay and help you do for Miss Drysdale?
We are managing, thank you.
Are you doing the washing and
Thank
cleaning
you.
and the
We're
cooking?
managing,
Certainly
thank
not.
you.
Oh, just letting it pile up on her, huh?
I am a
You
butler.
fucking swine.
You heathens have no idea what
Want
you're
me to
talking
haul him out of
about.
there and wrestle him down?
Hell yeah, beat his
Them
ass, Ellie
folks
Mae.
have certain rights. Family comes first.
He sure is proud of that family name, ain't he?
Yeah. You hear him talk, the butlers don't get wet when it rains.
What?
What does it mean?
I don't know.
Well, speak up, dear. Can I
God.
get you something? Come in.
I beg your pardon, sir. The butler said some people from a ranch brought this for Madame.
From a ranch?
Well, he said they mentioned cattle. They called themselves Granny and Ellie Mae.
The Clampetts. They haven't gone to Palm Springs.
Get him in through that gate. That's the way.
Suey!
Ah! Get in there.
Get in there, pig! Get in, pig! Come on! Get pig!
That's the way.
Suey!
No, surely not. Marie, tell me I'm hearing things.
You're hearing things, sir. Cows, chickens, pigs, goats.
No.
You don't think closing the curtains is
Anything I
gonna
can
stop
do,
the
sir?
noise?
Pray, Marie. Pray.
Pray. What is he doing? Why is he running like that? Jump.
Hold your horses, I'm a-coming. Oh, howdy, Mrs. Drysdale. Think your wife did
Ellie
that?
Mae? Where's your father?
He's tending the
Where's
cow.
your father?
He brought cattle into this beautiful estate?
No, he called on the telephone, and some men brought him in a truck. Yes, sir. I'm just fixing to go milk the goats. Come on out to stock pen.
Stock pen.
Yes, sir, Mr. Drysdale. I finally took your advice and put some of my money in stock. How's that goat milk, Ellie?
Just fine, Pa.
I bet
Sure is a
that barely
dandy
made a
pen,
dent in his
Mr.
bank
Drysdale.
account.
Yeah, good stout fence around outside. Of course, that one across the middle ain't so much. Bulls already jumped it twice and ain't even mating season.
At least Granny knows how to use the stove now.
Got ourselves some mighty fine-looking stock. Of course, they need a little fattening up.
Mr. Drysdale happy to see him?
Granny, he was so happy he couldn't talk. He just kind of hung on a fence and made little gurgling noises in his throat.
Well, that poor man has
Hey, and they
some
know how to
joy
use the
coming
sink
to
now,
him.
too.
I'm glad to be able to help him to forget his trouble for a spell.
Here's the goat's milk, Granny.
Oh, good, Ellie. Now, you run that right over to Mrs. Drysdale. That sobering up mare smarts considerable unless you follow it up with fresh goat's milk.
Ellie, Mr. Drysdale ever find his tongue?
Yeah, Pa. Whilst I was milking the goat, I heard him kind of mumbling like he was giving thanks. He says, "Oh, what have I done to deserve this?"
Lord love him. Ain't that pitiful? Oh, hurry, child, now hurry.
You know, Granny, it gives a person a mighty good feeling to help a neighbor.
You betcha. And he needs us, because his wife's kin ain't no help.
Who's that?
That high and mighty Mr. Butler. That's who came to the door. when Ellie and me took the mash over. Wouldn't let us see Miss Drysdale.
Well, now, you can't hardly blame him for not wanting folks to see it.
Uncle Jed, the bull jumped that little fence again, so I tied him back over on his side.
Where's Mr. Drysdale? I asked him to come in for some coffee.
It was the funniest thing what happened to him. You know how he was hanging on the fence of the stock pen?
Now he's hanging himself from the ceiling.
Like? Yeah. Well, all of a sudden, he points up towards his house and says, "My wife. That's her window." Then he goes tearing off into the bushes like a bear was after him.
She took some mash and he seen her jumping.
Oh, Jesus.
Like Ellie's gonna get there with the goat's milk just in time.
Ooh.
Oh, Sonny.
Ooh.
Sonny, your mumsy just had the most ghastly dream. I was going to see our new neighbors, the Clampetts, and suddenly this dreadful giant appeared with a huge gun and shot my beautiful fox fur. Isn't that the most dreadful... Claude, what are you eating?
Oh, God.
Ah, did Ravenswood bring my darling boy some nice fishy scotch?
Claude.
What is MASH anyway?
Marie, come and get Claude.
What's the matter, dear?
Claude, he's having a seizure or something. Is something wrong? Yes, Marie. Open the window.
Yes, let's have some fresh air. No. You take Claude to the doctor. I'll get the window. Well, darling, how do you feel?
By MASH, are they
My
talking about
nerves are
mashed
shattered.
potatoes?
Open the window,
Probably.
dear.
Oh, it might not be good for you, Margaret.
Oh, don't be silly, Milburn. I need oxygen. Besides, I adore the fragrance of that jasmine that grows on the fence of that tennis court next door. Now, open the window.
All right, dear, but first I have a surprise.
Surprise.
Don't move. I'll be right back.
Granny.
The door closes
Granny,
and she just
that
hears a
there butler
gunshot
fella wouldn't
3
let me
minutes
through
later.
that door again. And he wouldn't take this milk, neither.
Why not?
He said he wouldn't touch nothing more from us without it was sterilized.
What's sterilized?
Oh, we had that in school once. That means soaked in alcohol.
Alcohol?
Appears to me like Mr. Drysdale's
like
got
you know what
two drinkers
alcohol
on his
is.
hands.
Mrs. Drysdale must be in terrible shape. Fighting mean. Scratching and clawing people and everything.
How do you know?
I heard her yelling and screaming clean from upstairs. She says, "Marie, Marie, come and get Claude." Sure enough, pretty soon, this poor girl come a-running down yelling. "Take me to the doctor. I got Claude."
Family or no family, that woman needs help, and by thunder, she's gonna get it.
Surprise! Surprise!
Milburn, have you taken leave of your senses? You know I'm much too nervous to watch television.
But, darling, the
What?
doctors in Boston said your nerves
Why?
were just fine.
Those Boston doctors. They had the audacity to tell me that I was perfectly healthy. I said, I'm not paying you all that money to tell me I'm healthy. Milburn, I do not want to watch television.
I don't like
Well, you don't have to
exaggerations of
watch it, just listen.
hypochondriacs like
There's an
this.
exciting Western on.
Weston. Milburn, shut
Like,
that
I'm not
off
worried
and
about
open the
every
window.
little thing.
there
It's
we are.
very specific things, and it's only at very specific times. It's not all the time.
Are you
Yeah.
going to
Unless
open the
it's
window
like a
or am
very
I?
severe case.
I am, dear. There, you see, the cattlemen and the sheepmen are fighting it out.
Well, if you won't turn it off, I
Then
will.
again, it could be like how people used to make fun of mental
Very
disorders,
old plot,
like
but I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll get something better.
anxiety, before it was taken seriously.
That medical program, go back to that.
Well, don't you think that's a bit depressing?
I want the medical program.
Why?
All right.
Didn't you just say you were gonna have issues with watching anything on TV? Why would you want to watch somebody having surgery?
I still hear the cattle and the goats.
Yes, you see, this is the latest thing in television program. A medical western.
A medical western?
Yes, I think it's called Sagebrush Surgeon. That's the window he pointed to right there.
Gotta get
It's
some
hard
fresh
for
coats
medical
to
western
that
hurts my
woman
head.
some way.
Like a cowboy movie about
I could shinny up the tree and
saving
climb right in that
lives.
window.
Oh, Jethro, it ain't fitting for a man to be in a woman's bedroom.
How about me? No, Ellie. You're too young to handle somebody wrestling in the grip of old John Barleycorn. I gotta get up there and have a goat handy to milk ever so often.
I think I got it figured out, Granny. I'll get a rope.
Why does she have to
throw it over
describe
that
it
limb,
like that?
hoist you up to the window. Jethro, you get that Mr.
I
Butler
gotta
waiting
let
in the
him
front
milk
door.
me first.
Then, Ellie, you take the nanny goat, lead it upstairs to her room for Granny.
All right, Paul. But that little goat ain't gonna do nothing unless it's got that little chicken sitting on his back.
That's all right. Raw egg ain't gonna do Mrs. Drysdale a bit of harm.
Jesus, Jethro. You just charged the buttons.
What's their plan?
Sneak Granny up to the window, and then Ellie Mae is gonna smuggle in a goat so Granny can milk it.
Isn't this their house?
No, this is the Drysdale's house. They're their neighbors.
This bitch look like where'd that come from?
Margaret, what are you doing?
Packing. I'm leaving immediately.
Oh, don't leave me. I love you.
I love you too, Milburn. Why don't you come to Boston with me? You haven't seen Sonny for a long time.
I don't understand. Why have you suddenly decided to go back to Boston?
To see those doctors. Let them dare to tell me now I don't have a nervous condition. I'm even having hallucinations. It's wonderful.
Hallucinations?
I just saw a witch fly by that window. And a goat in the bathtub with a chicken riding on its back. Oh, you couldn't see them, dear. Only someone with my shattered nervous system. There goes the witch again. Oh, Milburn, I'm the happiest
Bye,
woman
Granny.
in the world. It's marvelous. Wait until those doctors hear this.
Can't get in the attic and she won't open the window. Heist me up again.
They just... Did they just reverse that shot?
Doctors hear this.
Can't get in the attic and she won't
She's
open
fixing
the
her
window.
hair when she
Heist
comes
me up
down.
again.
And then she... Yeah,
Oh
they
my
just
God,
reversed
they
the
did.
shot.
Here, heist
Because
me
look,
up again.
look at Jed when they go back up. He's
Yeah, but
still
look how
like
choppy
crouched
his
down.
head is.
And, yeah.
Here, Milburn. Let's have a vitamin toast to my coming triumph.
A vitamin toast. God, Granny, fix your hair. No wonder she thinks you're a witch. It's the same shot again.
Oh my god.
It's too late, Jed.
What do you mean, Granny?
We didn't get to her in time. Now she's got her husband on the stuff.
Imagine recycling the same shot 3 times.
Jesus.
Could be me.
Whoop, that's not what I wanted. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick BRB right now so I can go take a piss. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Alright.
See if you can get a hold of Damon.
Okay, then I'll call him again.
Alright. And we'll be back in a moment.
You're back, you're only back, and you hide behind for you. We wanna make this party you don't wanna skip. Gonna be a show to remember. Take over, start to boogie down. Make over, nothing's gonna fit the way my life was over when you started with that shoe. The first white walking, I'm getting things over. You actually thought that you can get away with skeletons in your closet. Don't think so. We can't reveal the truth up to the public. Put your hands up, time to surrender. Take over, stop the boogie down. Make over, nothing's gonna fit the way my life was over when you started with that shoe. The book white walk of thing, I'm saying it's over. We do not live by your rules, dirty word. Your ego has driven you out of truth. You only played yourself, got no game, serving you right. Say your prayers now. Take over, stop the boogie down. Make over, nothing's gonna fit the way my life was over when you started with that shoe. The white walk of me, I'm saying it's over. Take over, stop the boogie down. Make over, nothing's gonna fit the way my life was over when you started with that shoe. The white walk of me, I'm saying it's over. We're rolling deep into your underground creep. Lotus sent a prior notice. God for you. We wanna make this party you don't wanna skip. Gonna be a show to remember. Take over, stop the boogie down. Make over, nothing's gonna fit the way my life was over when you started with that shoe. The first white walking, I'm getting things over.
And we're back. There we go. Alrighty. Episode 6.
Yeah, Ellie? Ellie Mae Clampett. Why, you the prettiest thing I ain't never in all my born days.
My
Not
barn
old
days?
goat like me ever get a young'un like you're a queen. That's
Oh.
what you are in that shiny dress standing there. You're a queen.
You a queen, Ellie Mae.
Slicker than a toad's belly.
A what? Sorry?
I'll give you if it ain't. What kind of dress they call that?
This is what you call a ball gown.
A ball gown. Well, you's even catching on to what they's named.
Well, Miss Hathaway,
What?
she pinned a piece of paper onto every dress she got me, telling what it was for.
You better tote along the shotgun and keep fellas away.
Oh, no, Paul. That's what I'm going out for, to meet some fellas.
To meet some fellas.
Dude. You know, you're going to find out something I've been saying is the truth. You don't have to dress up in boys' clothes to have fun with boys.
I'm going to keep my promise, Paul. I ain't going to wear nothing but dresses for 3 whole days.
And I'm going to
3
keep
whole
my
days.
promise, too. If you don't have just as much fun as you did climbing trees and wrestling, you can go back to wearing your pants and shirt.
Goodbye, Pop.
It's a fair enough deal.
What you
Ooh,
doing?
you blow out your knee there, Jed?
Hey, this place ain't got no ends.
I'll tell you something else it ain't got. That's me. I'm gonna pack up and go home.
What? Why?
Wait a minute. Hold on there. This is home.
Not to me it ain't. And for my part, they
Oh.
can give Beverly Hills back to the Indians. Or whoever else was fool enough to come here in the first place.
Come on, let's go in here and sit down, and we'll talk this whole thing over. You just got your back up because the police made us get rid of all our cows and pigs and chickens and stuff.
Why would the
Well, that didn't help none. But if they
maybe you
don't
need a
allow
license
folks
or
to
something
have
for it in
stock, Why
California.
have they got that all-fired
I don't know.
fancy stock pen down there?
Well, Granny, turned out that there was something called tennis court.
What in tarnation is a tennis?
I don't know, but one of these days we'll get us a pair of them and go to raise them out there.
Well, you go to raising them. I'm going back home, where I can get some good things in life, like hog jowls and possum shank.
Now, hold on, Granny.
You
Jethro's
get
out
plenty of
hunting
possum
possums
shank
right
in
now.
California, I'm
You
sure.
won't find none. I've been all over these Beverly Hills.
Right now.
Granny just
You
snort?
won't find none. I've been all over these Beverly Hills.
I can't
And
even
I
do
tell
that.
you, it ain't easy.
Been.
Climbing
I can't do
fences
that
and
without like
walls
going
and
into my
jumping over
Microsoft Sam
hedges
voice.
to get around those cement ponds where there are a lot of
Climbing.
half-naked women
Climbing.
laying there smearing
Climbing.
themselves with oil
Jesus.
and yelling at you to get out, get out. I tell you,
Get.
Jed, this place is full of the laziest, greasiest, unfriendliest mess of people I ever did lay my eyes on.
Eyes on. Are you okay, Granny?
Friendliest mess of people I ever did lay my eyes on.
Are you okay, Granny?
Jethro. Hi, boy.
Showing your
What'd you
age.
get? I got chased by a fellow with a club.
Now, you hear that, Jed? It says Beverly Hillbillies picking on a little boy like
Beverly
you.
Hillbillies, I like it.
So load up the truck and let's head for home.
Hold on. I think I know what's ailing you two. You're just plain old homesick.
Well, I'm sick of this home, I can tell you that.
Yeah, now I got a surprise. I've been kind of saving. I reckon now's good times any to let the cat out of the bag.
We need pigs and chickens, and he gets us a cat.
Now, that ain't the surprise, Granny. The surprise is Pearl's coming out here.
Ma's coming out here?
Oh, so she
she's
finally
bringing
got
her
a hold
sister
of him? We haven't heard from
Hot
Pearl since
diggity
like
dog.
episode 3.
Yeah, I wrote her a letter. I said, Pearl, I says,
Because she tricked the banker into taking her towards California.
We got lots of room and plenty to eat, and we sure is a hanker to see you.
Oh, boy. I gotta get us some possum now. Because if there's one thing Ma and Jethreen likes, it's grits and possum shanks.
Jethreen.
You don't
Who's
look particular
Jethreen?
cheered up, Granny.
Jed, you might fool that boy with a story like that, but not me.
What do you mean?
Since when can you write letters?
Granny, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Granny, I didn't write that letter by hand.
Held the pencil twixt your toes, did you?
That was a
No, I wrote
telegram,
it by
wasn't
a
it?
new way. The banker's secretary showed me. It's called dictation.
Dictation.
What's dictation?
Oh, it's wonderful, Granny. You just talk and she writes it down.
She sure must write fast.
Yeah, with a bad hand, too.
She got a bad hand.
My name, Yef.
This one, she calls it her shorthand.
Shorthand.
I don't care how many letters you dictate.
You hear anything from Damon?
Pearl ain't a-coming out here. Leastwise, not right now.
The McNuggies did not agree
Granny,
with
she's
you.
looking to find a
Oh,
husband for
Jesus.
Jethreen.
I'll tell you who Pearl is a-looking to
You get a
get
hold of
husband
D?
for. Pearl.
Nah.
I think she's got her cap set
Well,
for that oil
I tried
man
calling
bought
him.
your swamp.
That's
I'll give him
fine.
another call.
Why, he lives clean over to Tulsa.
I'd say maybe do another
I'll
2 or
bring
3
him over to
episodes and then
York.
call it a night.
And I'll bet you pigs to polecats that when he shows up, Pearl ain't fur behind.
So Ellie Mae made a deal with Jed that if she can wear girl clothes for 3 days, then she won't like wrestle with animals and stuff. But if she can, there was some deal that they made between the two of them. Also, apparently Jethro has a sister named Jethreen, which, as you'll see in a second, is literally just Jethro in a wig. Yeah, there's Jethreen.
Why,
Well, fancy meeting you here. Small world, ain't it?
Yes, it certainly is.
Oh, this here's my daughter, Jethreen. This is Mr. Brewster, dear.
I'm pleased to meet you, young lady.
Hi.
May I give you a hand, Mrs. Bodine?
Oh, thank you. Stay in the buggy, dear.
Careful now. There we are.
So I'm assuming
Well, I
Jethreen is
see
the
you
same as
girls are on your
Jethro,
way
where
to a
they're like
Halloween
just
party.
big for their age, I guess.
Halloween.
Especially in her
Halloween?
case.
You don't celebrate Halloween here in the hills?
Well, I never heard of it. What's it like?
Well, it's an occasion where everyone gets dressed up in their most beautiful clothes.
Oh,
Beautiful
these
clothes.
old things, they're just something I threw together myself.
Well, they look like they came from Saks.
Well, they didn't. I made them with store-bought yard goods. Didn't I, Jethreen? Yes, sir.
What brings you girls here on this beautiful Indian summer day?
Following you. we was headed this way anyway. I promised to keep an eye on the
food's all
old
eaten.
home place for Cousin Jed,
What?
remember?
Oh, I hope you
hate
won't
food.
mind that I had a telephone
Oh,
put in
God.
the cabin. You see, we're using it as a sort
Amongst
of a
other
field
things.
office.
I thought I heard.
He was
Yeah, I don't want to
fine.
know what that was.
Especially if you would show it to
Oh,
me
no,
and I
like,
could
there
see
was
for
sh-
myself that there was
there
no
was
damage done to the
yelling.
cabin.
Oh.
Well, that's quite all
I
right.
thought-
Come along.
It took me a second to remember Becca wasn't
Perhaps you'd
there.
like to stretch your legs.
They're long enough
I'm
now.
unplugging my headphones so you might hear
Jeffrey's awful tall
yourselves.
for age. She takes after her father. Her late father, that is. I'm a widow.
yeah.
I'm a widow.
Yes, I believe you told me.
Oh, that's right. That's when you told me you was a widower.
Yes.
A
You,
widower.
Still are, I suppose.
A widower?
Jeez.
Stay in the buggy, dear.
I don't know. Is she implying that she wants to get killed?
I'm going back where I should have stayed in the first place.
Now, Granny, before you do something your lad will be sorry for, you better take another look around. See all the nice things we got here that you wouldn't have back home.
Like what?
Like this great big cooking room, for one thing. Well, you could take our whole cabin and put it right in this one room.
Well, if you did that, I might stay.
What about them big ice boxes? Ain't got nothing like them back home.
Didn't need 'em. Got nippy in the fall like the good Lord intended it to. This crazy California stays warm all year round.
Well, that's awful good for growing things.
Fighting home.
That fruit there, did you ever in your whole born days ever see anything as pretty as that fruit? Don't spoil neither.
Don't taste neither.
Oh, now.
Jethro
It's
ate a
wax
whole bunch
fruit.
of grapes, 2 apples, a pear, and a whole handful of strawberries. And he said there wasn't one bit of juice in the whole kit and caboodle of them. He said it was dry as wax.
Here's a mite dry and gummy. Maybe you ain't supposed to eat this fruit.
That's the trouble with this miserable place. You ain't supposed to do nothing. You ain't supposed to have cows or pigs or chickens. You ain't supposed to fire up the still and make a little moonshine whiskey. Answer me, what can you do in this Beverly Hills?
I mean, to be fair, you weren't supposed to be making moonshine
Lots of
whiskey at
things,
your
Granny,
old place,
things you
too.
couldn't do back home.
Name one.
Well,
It's moonshine
call
for
up
a
your
reason.
friends on the telephone.
No, you can't.
Why not?
'Cause we ain't got no friends, that's why not. There ain't been one neighbor come a-calling on us since we moved in here.
Oh, so that's what's ailing you. Nobody's been coming to call. Well, now you got to remember what Pearl said. This here is Beverly Hills where the movie stars live.
What's that got to do with it? What's that got to do with being friendly?
Nothing. I just thought it might sidetrack you.
Well, it didn't. Movie stars are people just like us, ain't they?
Yeah, certainly prettier. Wouldn't it be
Jeez,
worth waiting
Jed.
for if one of these days there come a knock on the door, and we go to answer it, and we open up the door, and standing there would be Mary Pickford.
Mayor Pickford.
Yeah, with the golden curls hanging down her back, and her pretty little rosebud mouth saying friendly things like, howdy there, I'm Mary Pickford. What would you say to that?
I'd say, who's Mary Pickford? That's right.
I'm in your boat, Granny.
Granny, she's America's sweetheart.
You know that movie house where Pearl plays piano on Saturday nights?
I heard of it.
Well, she says little old Mary is everybody's favorite.
Well, tell me this.
Everybody's favorite.
Moved in that little cabin down the creek from us back home.
Damon, you
what
missed
would
it.
we do?
Oh, we'd have gone calling and brought her over a mess of pone and
I
skin
think
possum.
he's muted.
What I meant.
And has Mary Pickford brought us a mess of pone and skin possum? No,
There was a
she
big
ain't.
Olympics orgy.
You gotta remember, Granny, she probably spent 4 or
What?
5 hours a day just fooling with combing that beautiful curls, man, clear down
Uncle
to...
Jed!
I was making an incest
Hello,
joke.
Jethro, what'd you get this time?
I got arrested.
Yep.
Yeah. Policeman, he took my gun away. He said they don't allow hunting in Beverly Hills.
Also, me and Noah were talking about how
Then he pointed to old Duke here. He said that dog had his rabies shot. And
the
I
show
said,
kind
no,
of treats
sir,
his
that
family
dog
like
ain't
they're
had
more
nothing shot.
stupid than
I'm
they
careful
are.
with a gun.
Yeah.
What'd he say? He said, oh, wise guy, huh? So he put Duke in his police car. But we jumped out front.
They don't know
Oh, his
where
mom
they
just
are.
in here yet.
No, when they ain't a
Well,
coming.
they
Now,
know
you want
Beverly
to see
Hills.
your ma and your sis, you pack up that truck, and you and me will skedaddle back home
They're
where
time
folks
travel.
is friendly.
Okay.
Now, Granny. Doggone if she ain't the muleyest little woman. Granny, now just a minute. Now, Granny, will you just let me say one thing?
Well, you be quick.
Just say
'cause
one
I got
thing,
a long
Granny.
trip ahead of me.
Granny, I know it ain't been easy for you out here. New things is always vexing, especially at your age, but I'm bound and determined to keep this family together. And if you go back to the hills, we's all going with you. Now, I'm asking you please to stay. Not for my sake, but for Ellie Mae. Granny, what this place has done for her is a plain miracle. Why, that wild Injun has become a grand lady. I wish you could have seen her go out that door looking like a queen in a picture book.
A queen?
I tell you, I just wanted
in a
to
picture
sit
book.
down and bawl.
A queen?
The way you done when I married her mom. Now she's out there now. Not just wait, Granny. Wait till you see. In here, Ellie Mae.
She's not gonna be. Yeah. Oh God.
You don't have to wear boys' clothes to have fun with boys.
May, you promised me you wouldn't wrestle.
I ain't been wrestling.
And what have you been doing in your ball gown?
Doing what I'm supposed to do, playing ball. I made 2 touchdowns and kicked 3 field goals.
How do they know what football is?
What?
So how do they know what football is?
Exactly.
Well, your cousin certainly seems anxious for you to come to Beverly Hills, Mrs. Bodine. Will you?
What is she looking at? What was she looking at?
Certainly seems anxious for you to come to Beverly Hills, Mr. Bodine.
Look, what is she? She's just looking at his dick.
Will you? Mr. Bodine?
Yeah.
Will you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will I what?
Go to Beverly Hills to visit your cousin, Mr. Crampett.
Oh, well, not right now. I'm awful busy. You see, I do fancy sewing and hat making and give beauty courses and personality building and music lessons. Then on Saturday, I play the piano over the movie show to Oxford. And then, of course, there are my young ones, Jethro and Jethreen. Of course, they're no trouble. Jethro's in California, and Jethreen,
I thought she
she's
said
fixing to get
Jeffrey.
married.
Well, congratulations. When's the wedding?
Soon as she finds a fella.
Fair enough.
Well, you certainly are.
That makes
a good
sense.
woman, Mrs. Bodine.
Yeah.
I guess anybody could technically say that. Oh, when are you getting married? Oh, whenever I find somebody.
Fella that gets you sure don't have to worry about supporting you.
That was a very pained laugh.
This is the phone I was telling you about. It's called a field telephone. Now, with this, I can communicate directly with the men working at the drilling site.
Any young men down there?
Oh, yes.
Any unmarried young men?
I'm sure there are.
Any tall unmarried young men?
Well, they're probably all sizes.
Yeah. Suppose it gets pretty lonesome working down there.
Well, it's very likely this is rather an isolated area.
Any specially tall, specially lonesome, unmarried young one?
I don't think I can call any by name, no.
Uh-huh. I was just wondering.
Excuse me, ma'am. Could you tell me where the oil
Jasbo Depew, ladies and gents sundries.
Well, now. What have we here? Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, and pretty, too. You know what, honey? I got something here just for you.
Nice teeth.
Genuine French garter imported all the way from Paris, France. They usually sell for 50 cents.
Is he trying to sell her a garter? Jeez.
Listen, honey, I'm gonna be around a couple of days. You busy Saturday night? Well, you are now. And there's a dance over in Hooterville. Ooh-wee! I bet you're an
Hey, they're going to Hooterville. That's where Petticoat Junction is.
I like big girls.
That's, I think that's the first mention of like a crossover.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, there you are. What are you doing?
I'm figuring. And I figure best when I'm fishing.
Ain't no fish in there.
I ain't fishing for fish. I'm fishing for figuring.
Hey, what kind of figuring you fishing for?
I'm fishing to figure how I can get home.
Now, Granny, I've been doing some figuring, too. And you know, I think I got it figured out how come the neighbors ain't come to visit us.
I'm listening.
We ain't got none.
I got it figured. Out here in Beverly Hills, instead of them coming to see us, we go to see them.
How come?
Oh, I don't know how come. That's just the way I got it figured.
Mighty convenient figuring.
But wouldn't that mean that they'd come to see you because they're going to see you the same way that you would be going to see them?
What's up?
Well, I'll fish on it first.
So, Jed...
Coming to see us, we go to see them.
Yeah, listen to Jed.
I'm listening.
Well, I got it figured. Out here in Beverly Hills, instead of them coming to see us, we go to see them.
Wouldn't that be the same exact thing either way? If you went to see them, that would be no different than them coming to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the you would be them in that case, and the them would be you.
Yeah. There's no real big difference.
There's no difference at all. It's just the different parties that are going to different places.
Yeah.
Granny, you wouldn't do no harm and to give it a try. A lot of things is different out here.
Well, I'll fish on it for a spell.
Did Granny catch something?
Feed like a whale.
Who said there ain't fish in here?
You probably caught Jethro or something.
I tell you, rascal, I'm gonna throw you right in the
What?
frying pan.
Oh, it's a koi?
This thing ain't nothing but skin. That's your Beverly Hills for you. All flashy and show on the
What?
outside and nothing on the inside where it
Oh, is it like a fake fish?
Fish and people is two different things. We're going to calling on our neighbors, and then we'll do our judging. Well, let's see now. Which neighbor shall we call on first? Mr. Drysdale's off in Boston with his missus, so let's go this way.
If you ask me, let's go back that way.
You promise. Come on, everybody, let's go.
You reckon they'll give us a mess of pone or something, Paul?
Or maybe some salted down possum.
Probably so lie on us.
Salted down possum. Sounds good.
I'm not expecting anyone, Agnes.
Oh, it's probably just some children playing trick-or-treat, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. We's the Clampets.
You got something for us?
Yes, bro.
Aren't you rather big for this?
Yes, ma'am, we are. In fact, I don't see how anybody gets through that little door.
Oh, that's why the episode's called Trick or Treat, because she thinks they're trick-or-treating. That's...
as you folks say up in the hills.
Well, we, thank you. We got a lot of calls to make. But, this here is Granny.
Howdy. Hello?
I'm my daughter, Ellie.
Oh.
I'm you, Jethro.
Ellie may gonna break her hand.
And I'm Jed.
Hello, Jed. I'm Agnes. Just call me Aggie.
Mighty nice place you got here, Aggie.
Oh, shucks, 'tain't nothing but a heap of bricks, but we call it home.
Well, sure is nice to meet up with you.
Oh, now wait just a minute. I got something for you. Wait a second. Here you go, Granny, and Ellie, that's you, and Jethro, you and Jed. There.
Yeah, thank you. That's mighty neighborly of you. And you must come and see us sometime.
Yeah, we'll go hunting together.
Hey, Aggie, you like to play football?
Love it.
Well, there's a whole
Oh, okay, that's why she sounds like that now, because since she thinks they're trick-or-treating, she thinks they're playing characters, and so she's being a dick and quote-unquote going along with it.
Please, can we go out now?
Jesus.
Not yet, children. Not till it gets dark.
Okay, that was good.
Ain't that the most pitiful thing?
Heart-rending. Just heart-rending.
Nice-looking woman. Friendly as you please. But them young'uns is the homeliest I ever see.
She didn't want to come a-calling on us.
Yeah. Reckon I'd stay home, too, if my kids looked like that.
I ain't never gonna say a bad word about nobody.
Oh.
I know what you mean. Diggies, every house we went to, they was nice to us, wasn't they?
Sure was, Jed.
Hey, listen, everybody. I got an idea. Let's call up Cousin Pearl and tell her to come on out.
Uncle Jed, you can't call Ma on the telephone.
Mr. Drysdale said we could call anybody we had in mind to.
Well, Ma, she ain't got no telephone at home.
Damon die
She
again?
ain't never home nohow.
Way I look
No,
at
he's
it, you
muted.
can't never tell
Ah.
what you can do until you try.
No, I'm muting because of that.
Don't forget to spin the wheel.
Howdy, ma'am. I want to talk to Pearl Bodine back in Oxford.
That's right, operator. J.D. Clampett in Beverly Hills.
Jed's sure gonna be surprised to hear me talking at him on this thing.
Oh, they're ready to make the connection.
Jesus, Pearl.
You bet you it is.
Hello, Pearl, you old rascal. What you doing down there?
That's the same way she tried to greet her in, what was it, episode 3 or 4?
Yeah, 2 episodes ago.
You gotta come out here to Beverly Hills and bring Jethrine. If she can't get a husband out here, there's no hope. You ain't never seen so many homely young'uns in all your born days.
Better not bring Jethrine out, because then they're going to have to be doing like some double take stuff with Jethro and Jethrine in the same shot. And they didn't perfect that tech until Back to the Future. A poor mountain man barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up from the ground came a bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Black gold. Texas tea.
Oh, so your daughter then make her pregnant.
Place we ought to be, so we moved to, then they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars, the Beverly Hillbillies. I think out of all 3, no, I take that back. I was gonna say I think out of all 3, I remember the Beverly Hillbillies theme song the best, but it's gotta be Green Acres. I don't even think Petticoat Junction had any lyrics aside from, like, Petticoat Junction.
Really?
Yeah.
Billy boy, did she bake a cherry pie? Charmin' Billy.
What are you sharpening, Judd?
She can bake a cherry pie, quick as a cat can wink her eye. She's a young thing and cannot leave her
Well, Granny, did you pick out your spot yet for the garden?
Yep. I kind of favor a patch right close here to the house.
I'll plow you up something there directly.
Yeah, just enough for some onions and taters and some rudibakers.
Rudibakers?
A few rows of corn. Morning, Granny.
I'm gonna call rutabagas that from now on. I'll get some rudibagers. That sounds kind of like a slur. Those damn rudibakers don't know what to do.
I'd like you to wear one of them dresses kind of regular. Wouldn't you, Granny?
You're mighty fetching in a dress, Ellie.
Prettier than a tub of fresh churned butter.
See, I think Ellie Mae looks better in her normal clothes than a dress.
I reckon he hadn't better. Now you run along and put on something with skirts.
All right, but he hadn't better make fun.
He won't, he won't.
He will.
You know, speaking of Jethro, I think he's got himself a sweetheart.
The banker's secretary?
That's right. They was out together last night.
What'd they do?
Really?
Well, I don't rightly know for sure, but it was something to do with bowls.
Oh, did they go bowling?
With bowls is eat.
Yeah, I reckon that's what it was then. She said she was going to take him bowling.
Yeah, they went bowling. That's cool.
I like that, Miss Hathaway.
Yeah, I think she kind of likes us, too.
Oh, those marvelous plants. Those simple, rugged mountain people. The more I see of them, the more I am impressed.
Yes, now
Never have I observed such strength of body, mind, and character.
Yes, now
They stand like the the pebble-strewn landscape of Beverly Hills. Like mighty oaks among bushes. Like
quiet. Now, like I admire them, too. But those boulders need polishing, and we've got to put some city leaves on those oaks before my wife gets back from Boston.
Incidentally, in any endeavor requiring physical strength, they are most exceptional. I took Jethro bowling last night. Here's the bill.
$3,000.
What?
How many games did you bowl?
Well, you see, what happened was this. I said to Jethro,
Pick up that bowling ball, she says, and see can you knock over them pins down yonder. They's just sticks. Anyway, I snatches up that rascal, draws back, and lets her fly.
Did he palm a bowling ball? Oh my god.
The pins, the pin boy, the end of the building, a brick wall, and a signboard down on Sunset Boulevard.
I bet you Miss Jane didn't do that good.
Well, she didn't even try. She just looks at me and says, Jethro, you're strong as an ox and twice as handsome.
Damn. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
I reckon so, the way she's bragging on his looks. You are handsomer than an ox.
Thank you, Granny. Cousin Ellie, you're a city girl now. Do you
You
think...
see that, Paul? I told you this would happen if I took to wearing these dresses. You call me that again, and I'll turn you every way but loose.
Ain't nothing but city gal.
Damn, Ellie.
Ellie Mae, climb it. Get up from there or you're going across my knee.
And Jethro, you're going across mine.
What did I do that was so all fired bad? In that dress, she looks just like a city gal.
You did it!
I reckon we better go out there and see she don't hurt him.
You're gonna throw him over the banister? Oh my god.
Jethro, now that we living in a city, you got to learn to use the steps.
They'll be happy to know that I'm making splendid progress with Ellie Mae. She's turning into quite a lady.
Fine. Miss Jed, Granny, and Jethro we've got to work on. Clothes, manners, the works. What have you done about servants?
That's the problem, Chief. They're basically opposed to the whole idea of able-bodied people letting others do their work for them.
Well, that's a refreshing attitude. But we've got to get a skeleton staff in there somehow. A combination butler and valet with Jed and Jethro. Who help them assemble a wardrobe, teach them how to... Ravenswood.
Your butler?
Oh, he's never been my butler. Came with my wife like an overweight dowry. Been in her
Yeah, well, they haven't had a good relationship with your butler so far.
Exactly.
I doubt if you can sell Mr. Clampett on the idea of servants.
Get him on the phone. I'll make him think he's doing me a favor by taking him off my hands for a while.
Right, Chief?
She hadn't ought to throw me down on my head like that.
What if I'd have been carrying a frog in my hat?
Only wearing your hat in the house.
Well, Granny, where's a fella gonna carry a frog? They jump out of your pocket.
That's why you got to get those fancy pockets with the buttons on them.
Hello? Oh, howdy there, Mr. Drysdale. Glad to have you back from Boston. Your missus come with you? Oh, that's too bad. I know her and Granny hit it off like two sows in a mud waller.
Yes, I'm sure they would. No recipes? No, my wife doesn't do much cooking. No, I doubt if she ever made bits of hog jowls.
What?
Well, how about,
Bits of what?
greens and possum?
Bits of hog jowls.
Bits of hog jowls.
Mustard greens and possum belly. No? Pone and squirrel shank? Boiled chicken hawk.
Squirrel shank is good.
Say, she don't do much cooking, does she?
No. Well, the reason I called Mr. Clampett is I have a butler. Well, he really belongs to my wife's family, but he's been with us ever since we were married. And I was wondering if you'd let him come and stay with you for a while.
You mean board with us?
Well,
Bored with us.
Yes, you could
Yeah.
call it that.
Who's gonna board with us?
Just a minute. Some kin of Miss Drysdale named Butler. Oh, why we be just...
That's that no good fat rascal that wouldn't let
Oh,
me
Jesus.
in to help Miss Drysdale when she was...
That's that no good fat bastard that wouldn't let us in.
Granny was talking at me, but she's done now.
Oh, no, she ain't.
Just a minute. Granny, let me hear the man out, and then we can talk it over. Yes, sir, Mr. Drysdale, I'm a-listening now.
Well, in addition to Ravenswood, he's the butler, you can also have my wife's upstairs girl, Marie. Margaret may be away for some time, and I have absolutely no use for him.
Well, I sure would like to oblige. Me and Granny will talk it over, and I'll call you.
Oh, thank you. You'll be doing me a great favor.
Well, glad to help out when I can.
Thank you again, Mr. Clampett, and goodbye.
Up. Canceled. They're canceled. They're straight up canceled. White power. Canceled. Sorry, Mr. Drysdale.
Is somebody coming to live with us, Uncle Jed?
Maybe, Jethro, maybe. Why don't you go out and make up with your cousin Ellie?
Okay, Uncle Jed.
All right, Jed, let's have it. We gonna board that butler fella?
Well, Mr. Drysdale take it
That
mighty kindly
butler
if we
fuck.
did. He says he ain't got no use for him.
I don't like him myself.
You only met him once?
Once was enough. I asked him real nice. I said, are you doing for Miss Drysdale that she's feeling poorly? Are you doing the washing and the scrubbing and the cleaning for her? And he looks right down his nose at me and says, Madam, I am a butler.
I reckon he is proud of his name. Kind of fancy. Ravenswood Butler.
Ravenswood Butler.
Jackson. And I think Mr. Drysdale has a lot of gall to ask us to take his wife's kinfolks off his hands.
Well, now, I'm mighty beholden.
Everybody that lives in Mr. Drysdale's house is secretly a white supremacist.
And he ain't charging me one penny to do it.
You'd think it would be the Clampetts, but no, it was actually the Drysdales.
Just Mr. Butler, I might agree with you, but there's a sad side to the story, too.
What's that?
Well, you've heard of Mr. Drysdale speak of his stepson? That's his wife's boy by her first marriage?
The one they call Sonny?
Yeah. Well, it seems she's got a girl, too. And there must be something wrong with her.
What?
Well, I don't know, but they keep her upstairs.
No.
Yeah. He spoke of her as my wife's upstairs girl.
Oh, the like upstairs maid.
Her name's Marie, and he'd like us to take her and Mr. Butler.
Doggone it, Jed. We got enough to do to take care of this big place without... He didn't say what was
Snowman and shit.
Well, no, but if you ask me, they ain't eating right over there.
No.
You know what Mr. Drysdale told me?
What?
His wife ain't never cooked grits and hog jowl.
Ah, go on.
That's a fact. Nor mustard greens and possum belly, nor pone and squirrel shank, nor even boiled chicken hawk.
Land of mercy.
You can't hardly blame Mr.
Granny looks like she's about to cry.
And don't eat right, he gets that way.
I reckon reckon it won't do no harm to take him in for a spell.
Granny, for such a little woman, you got an awful big heart.
Aw.
Well, I feel sorry for the poor girl.
Such a little woman, you got a mighty big ass.
Mr. Butler looks down his nose at me. I'm gonna chuck him in the cement pond.
The semen pond? Oh yeah, that's right. They call the pool the cement pond. There's a lot of slang I ought to use again. Hey, I'm just gonna go for a little dip in the cement pond.
But if one word of this gets back to my wife in Boston, you're both out of work with no references.
Actually, you will find the Clampetts to be basically fine people. All they need is a little polish.
Polish. They need sandblasting. However, I think this Hathaway's plan may overcome their initial resentment of wearing city clothes.
Yes, I think I have devised rather a clever strategy. To put it briefly and succinctly, my strategy is as follows. I shall propose to the Clampetts that they sit for a family portrait. As you know, my hobby is painting. Now, I should suggest to the Clampetts that their attire match their background, which is, of course, their beautiful mansion.
I don't really think that Jed or Granny has ever, like, expressed displeasure in wearing, like, city clothes.
We're in.
Really, it's only Ellie Mae.
We forgot to dust the stair rail. I'll do it, Granny.
Is she gonna slide down it again? Yeah.
Right. Wearing boys' clothes does come in handy sometimes.
Your Granny, I think we got her all spick and span for the company.
Fame is speck of dirt, no place. Can I go swimming now?
Me too?
As soon as we help Granny clean up the kitchen.
Where the hell is this room? It always feels like they walk from the foyer into the kitchen directly. There's a room in between?
Granny, every single time I commence to looking for it, somebody comes.
Either that or I just have no spatial awareness.
Nobody to the door now?
There will be. You'll see. Doggies, that's nice.
What the fuck
can we find it? You're wasting your time. I'm a-telling you. Before you can find it, somebody will come to the door. There, you see? Happens every time.
I remember, Ravenswood. I'm counting on you. Don't fail me.
You have my word, sir. I've been butler and valet since boyhood, as was my father before me and his father before him. And I've yet to meet the man or woman who posed a social problem too difficult for me to handle.
That's the spirit.
Howdy there.
Yeah, until you met the Clampetts.
No! Come back! You gave your word! Come back, you coward! Come back here! I'll cut off your fringe benefits!
Just have Jethro chase after him. I'm sure Jethro would be able to chase him again.
Return shortly. Meanwhile, this is Marie, who's Drysdale's upstairs girl. Marie, Lady Clampett,
Howdy.
Jethro Bodine, Ellie Mae Clampett, and Grandma Clampett.
No, ma'am.
Granny.
I am a Moses.
Granny thick.
Granny's related on my wife's side. They's the Moses family from Tennessee.
Then your name is Granny Moses? Grandma Moses.
That's right.
Huh.
There was a very famous Grandma Moses who painted primitives.
Grandma
I whitewashed a few myself.
I'll show Marie to her room.
So Granny isn't Jed's mom, it's his wife's mother.
Oh.
Huh. I always just assumed it was his mom.
Wrong with that girl, but want some good cooking will cure her. She's half starved.
Poor thing's so weak her knees.
Jesus.
She's kind of pretty, though, for a skinny girl.
Just wait till she gets a mess of Granny's grits and hog gel. That'll fill her out.
Well, I'll get some of cooking. Guess that butler fellow will be coming back directly.
Oh, and Granny, we have some of that salted down possum belly that Ma...
I don't know why, but some of Granny's expressions remind me of Elise from Funhouse.
Open up a jar of them pickled crow gizzards.
Like just the way that she does her comedy.
We don't want to sport police, folks. They might get to thinking we eat like that every day.
Because like Elise talks with her head a lot, like by moving it back and forth, and that's what Granny does too.
Oh, Paul, Jethro will make fun of me.
No, I won't, Ellie Mae. Cross my heart.
Why,
That's my darling. Thank you. And then you be real nice to Marie. She's had a bad life. I'll be nice to her. She's pretty. Let's all be nice.
far. I wanted to go swimming. Now I gotta go put on an old dress.
Cousin Ellie, you look awful pretty in a dress. Honest you do.
Uh-oh, here we go.
City girl?
You look prettier than that there city girl.
That did it. Come on and fuck.
Ellie,
Oh,
nothing to be afraid of.
I don't like that. Do I goddamn cousin, you looking like a snack. He's like, come here, give it. Yeah.
Your appearances deceive you. Oh, Billy. Oh, I do admit on the surface they do seem a bit rough, even cruel. But I assure you underneath they are placid, kindly, and gentle. See?
You shouldn't have called me a gangster.
Ellie Mae, leave me alone, please,
She's gonna throw him over the banister again.
Mr. Butler, never say anything nice to that girl. She'll kill you. Come back! You promised! I found your granny with Mr. Drysdale said he didn't have no use for Mr. Butler. He sure wasn't fooling. I just seen him cut through the brush chasing him with a stick.
If Butler gets sassy with me, I'll chase him with more than a stick.
Dad,
Chase him with the strap
on
on.
my head again. If she don't stop that, I'm gonna get a headache. Stop riling her, Jethro. But golly, all I said was she's pretty. That ain't no call to bust a fella's head.
Bust something else of a feller.
Oh, howdy, Marie. Hi, Marie.
Are you hungry, darling? No, mother. I'm whopping up something here that'll just set your mouth to watering.
Put some strength in your limbs, too. Tell her what it is, Granny.
A great big mess of grits and hog jowls.
And salted down possum belly. Cold pickled crow gizzards. How you like that?
Don't tell me that child ain't hungry. Why, she's ready to drop in her tracks. Set her at the table and I'll dish up a mess.
No, please. I only came in to bring you a message from Miss Hathaway. She's preparing to paint a family portrait. And she wishes to know if you all will sit for her. May I tell her that you will sit for her?
Well, yeah, I reckon we'll do that.
Merci.
I like her hair.
Well,
it's very retro.
Classy.
It's all right to talk while we're sitting.
Yeah, I reckon.
I found out something about Marie. What? She's scared of Mr. Butler.
How'd you know?
I asked her to go swimming with me, and she says he wouldn't allow it.
What business is it of his?
That's what I said. And she says he's a butler, and I'm just an upstairs girl. I got to do whatever he says.
Oh.
We'll see about this. Oh, Dingy, let's hit Mr. Drysdale, find him, and give him a whooping.
Harry, you go put a dress on like you promised. Uncle Jed, I'm going swimming. If I see him, I'll fetch him in. Don't go jumping in with your clothes on again. Well, I won't, Uncle Jed. Miss Hathaway, she gave me a present last night. She says it's something special for her to go swimming in.
What'd she give you?
A bikini.
Pair of trunks. You go swimming in a cement pond. Boy, it's too big to go swimming in a trunk.
I got a feeling that Mr. Butler feller is gonna be trouble.
Yeah, we can handle him.
Well, I still say that I think Mr. Drysdale has a lot of nerve to ask us to board his wife's relations.
Maybe he just fed up. Man can get awful tired of having his wife's kin underfoot all the time.
Ooh.
Damn. Pissed her off.
He told me that Butler fella had been living with them ever since they was married.
Then she flicks
And
on the
declares
burner.
latch on to
Slams her
3-room
face
and board like leeches. It takes a mule kick to jar him
These
loose.
episodes got quite the dislikes.
Drysdale for trying to get shed of a critter
It's
like
probably just people that were searching for other stuff and ended up coming across it.
What the fuck is it?
Either that or it's like, it's not as good as I remember it being.
The way you feel.
Oh, Granny.
I'll see how fast I can get packed.
Oh.
I'll get out from underfoot just as quick as I can. No, Jeff. I know when I'm not wanted. It don't take no mule kick to get shed of me.
Oh.
Granny,
I think she's actually crying.
about you. We couldn't get along without you.
No, Jeff. I'm just a burdensome old woman. No good to nobody. Why don't you throw me down the well?
Oh.
Go ahead, pick me up, carry me out to the well, and throw me in.
Stop talking like that. Uncle Dad! Uncle Dad!
Hey, you caught him.
Try grabbing a woman like that nowadays.
Right. Especially like your mother-in-law.
Exactly.
I'm going to get thrown down the well.
Oh.
Why don't you throw us both down the well?
Did you see his face? He was
No.
Look at
Jethro.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, huh?
Mr. Butler, I'm sorry Jethro got it mighty rough with you. He don't mean no harm. He's just an overgrown boy. Now, we'd all mighty pleasure to have you come and stay with us, and as long as you behave yourself, won't be
Jethro
no
looks
trouble.
kind of like a wide-faced, confused Seth MacFarlane.
Here's Granny. I reckon you and Jethro done met.
Yeah.
The.
Oh, and this here is my daughter, Ellie Mae.
When's Junction, Mademoiselle?
Oh my God. What is that?
Hang on, go back. I'm gonna take a screenshot of the face. This man nut.
Nut. I like cum sandwiches. Put a nickel in my nickel in my ass.
Don't you dare use them kind of words to a lady.
What do you say, Granny?
I ain't sure, but it sounded dirty.
David, we can make this an emote in the stream server. I put it in the stream server.
Nut.
He had not have said that.
Do it. Make it an emote. No, you sound like an evil robot. David, turn his mic on.
Don't take to the stairs, she'll catch you sure.
Oh no, is she gonna no, don't, Ellie Mae, don't, Ellie Mae, no. No, she's gonna throw him over the banister.
What did he do?
Ellie throwed him all right, but I caught him before he hit the floor.
Oh, thank God. Well, because she kept chasing Jethro and getting mad at him because she called him, or he called her pretty when she was in the dress. But she didn't want to look like a city girl. And the butler complimented her too.
We're gonna have to feed up both of them, Granny. His knees are buckling too.
His knees is buckling too.
Buckling?
Let's do one more. Story about a man named Jed, a poor mountain man, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some crude, and up from the ground came a bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Black gold. Texas tea. I don't know the second chorus, but away from there. Is the place you ought to be, so they packed up the truck and they moved to Beverly. Hills, that is. Swimming pools. Movie stars. The Beverly Hillbillies. Got those YouTube graphics.
Alright.
Those nameplates. What's Jed's handle? Jesus, Jethro. And there goes Ellie Mae again.
Sounds like he said we got a litter from Mom. What's all the commotion?
Ellie says, Jethro says Pearl sent us a litter.
A litter of what?
Did you hear what?
No, but I bet you it's kittens.
Kittens. Pearl's always trying to give away kittens.
There y'all are. Where's the kittens, Jethro?
What kitten?
Senior Moore send us some.
What kittens?
Just a minute. No, just a letter.
Jethro, how could you think that kittens would... Well, come on, sit down. Let's hear what Pearl's got
At
to
this
say.
point, Jed just doesn't even care anymore.
Dear son and kinfolk, I take pen in hand to say we are all fine back here. How are you all out there?
Just fine, Pearl. That's right.
Jethro, I hope you are making good marks in school out there. Ma thinks I'm going to school. You in the 5th grade like you would be here.
Doggy, Jethro, I clean forgot about putting you in school. We're going to have to get you started today.
Can I go too?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
The way he's got plans to put you in some girls' school.
Can I go too?
Jethro, I just said it was a girls' school.
That's why I want to go. I like girls.
Jesus, Jethro. I like girls.
Better after that, we'll take care of school.
Your sister, Jethrine, had a narrow escape. A city dude tried to take advantage of her.
Oh.
What does that mean, Paul?
That's, well, Granny will explain that to you later. Tell us more about the city dude, Jethro.
His name is Jasper He.
Jasper He. That's a funny name.
Oh, there's a dot in there. His name is Jasper. He wears patent leather shoes and spats on them.
Don't sound too neat, does he?
He seen your sister at the cabin when I went there to keep an eye on it for Cousin Jed.
I know what Pearl went there to keep an eye on. At Mr. Brewster.
Well, now, Granny...
I mean, Granny's not wrong.
You got a right to look.
I ain't knocking it. I got my eyes open myself.
Dang, Granny.
At first, I thought the city dude worked for Mr. Brewster, so I drove back out to the cabin to give him a piece of my mind.
I could put a bug in that Mr. Brewster's ear. Look out for feathers.
Feathers?
The more Pearl has her eye on a man, the more feathers she sticks in her hat.
That's right. 3 and 8 came in flowing 2,000 barrels a day. And it looks like the news strike's going to be even better. There's no doubt about it. This is one of the richest pools we've ever hit. Yep, everything from here is good news.
What? Ah. What?
For feathers.
Feathers?
The more Pearl has
Feathers?
her eye on a man.
Barrels a day. And it looks like the news strike's going to be
There we
even
go.
better. There's no doubt about it. This is one of the richest pools we've ever hit. Yep, everything from here is good news.
Jesus.
Well, not everything. I'll call you back.
Oof. Hard oof.
This is a pleasant surprise.
Well, thank you. Although you might not think it's so pleasant when you hear what I have to say.
Oh?
One of them oil fellas working for you has made advances to my daughter.
Made advances?
Well, what would you call being picked up and carried off by brute force?
Well, I'd call that making advances. What's his name?
Jasper Depew.
Jasper Depew.
I ain't seen him myself, but from what Jethrine tells me, he's a pretty slick article.
Well,
Oh, Mr. Brewster.
But Jethrine's the one that carried him
How
away.
hard it is for two girls living alone like Jethrine and me. You see, my son Jethro's in California with Cousin Jed, leaving us no man to protect us. I'm a widow woman, you know.
He don't give two shits.
Two unattached girls living alone, there's bound to be trouble. Especially when the girls are the kind that men call lookers.
Did you say his name is Depew?
Jasper Depew.
Pepe Le Pew.
Jazzbo. Oh, Jeff Green says he's a flashy dresser and a fancy talker and drives a sporty car. Regular big city dude. I guess Jeff Green's kind of like me when it comes to tall, handsome city fellas. I'm just potty in their hands.
I'm just potty in their hands?
Okay, oil.
You mind if I look?
Well, no, go right ahead.
I'm bound and determined to find the rascal that trifled with the affections of my sweet, innocent, helpless baby girl. Ma! Jeff Green, I thought I told you to stay in the buggy.
I seen Jasper Depew coming.
Here?
Yes'm.
Oh, well, thank goodness we got Mr. Brewster to protect us. Oh, there he is.
Oh, I hate those old car horns.
Mr. Brewster throwed his arms around me and held me in his strong embrace.
What's an embrace, Paul?
Yeah, that's when folks kind of twine their arms around one another.
You mean like wrestling?
It's sort of like wrestling, except they ain't mad.
It's like wrestling for fun.
Yeah, you could call it that.
You could see that.
Yeah.
Then we heard a knock on the door, and we
Inbred,
knowed it was
cornbread,
Jasper
hip
Heath.
butterfuck.
Better look at that dot again.
Oh, yeah. We knowed it was Jasper. He was there to get Jethrine. Her beauty had set his heart to burning with
Wow,
flamin'
cuz your
desire.
pussy's more
What's
buttery than a
flaming
biscuit.
desire, Paul?
Yeah, I'd like to butter your biscuits, baby.
See you later.
Well, I'll try. But you're sure counting a heap on my memory.
Read on with your Moore's letter there, Jethro.
Yeah, it's getting good. One city fella's got his arms around Aunt Pearl, and another's waiting at the door to grab Cousin Jethrine.
My only thought was to save my daughter.
Jethrine's the only one that's going to be grabbing anybody.
I saw Jethrine heading for the door, so I quick throwed myself betwixt my child and danger. Jethrine, not knowing better, let that rascal in. He went right to sweet-talking in a voice smoother than fresh churned butter.
Hello again, you great, big, beautiful lump of sugar. I brought you something all the way from Eureka Springs. Genuine orchids growed in a hothouse. And this lovely young girl must be your sister?
I'm her ma.
No.
Yeah.
Well, for Jethrine's beautiful mother, a little gift of genuine French imported perfume all the way from Paris, France.
Oh, well, you had an order. Oh, my goodness.
That's a big-ass bottle.
Look at that French writing on there. That says, "Ah, d'amour." That means, oh, love.
Ain't he a sport, Ma?
And for Jethrine's handsome father, a genuine cigarette case. Silver.
Thank you, but I am not Jethrine's father.
No, Mr. Brewster ain't my husband. He's just a friend.
Well, any friend of Jethrine's
I know that feeling.
mother's a friend of mine. This from old Mexico and hammered out of solid silver by the Aztecs Indians hundreds of years ago.
Well, that brings up an interesting question. Why would the Aztecs make cigarette cases when they had no cigarettes?
Right.
That is an interesting question. I'll have to ask some of my Aztecs friends about that. Hey, Doc. Remember, ain't she
Oh
sweet?
God, he's got a ukulele.
Hey, what happened to your orchid?
Nothing. I ate 'em already.
You mean you ate all them expensive orchids?
Mo, you should have spoke for one. They wasn't very filling.
Ain't she sweet? From her head down to her feet, and that's a long way, but I ask you very
Oh God, it's a TikTok boy with his ukulele.
ain't she large? But she gives me such
You
a
gotta sing like that.
ask you very confidentially.
Play the Steven Universe theme song.
Stretches out,
Play Giant Woman. Play a Mr. B song.
perfection. Are you with me? Ain't she keen?
Are you with me? What?
And she is king size.
And she's king-sized.
Lots of mama, my Jeffrey. She carries me away.
Well, there he goes again.
So your sister Jethrine has got herself a steady fella now. He says he is going to ask for her hand someday. I hope he will take the rest of her too. Give my love to all and be a good boy. I am going out now to mail this letter and get some more feathers for my hat.
Granny.
As ever, your loving mother. Gee, sure nice to hear from Ma.
They're nice here.
Jethro, you and me's got to go right out and find a school and get you to going. Granny, you pack up a nice lunch for Jethro to tote along.
How about a big mess of poke greens,
I'll play the government. I'll file for unemployment, get it, and still work. Big brain.
Oh, Granny, it don't have to be that fancy.
Big brain.
I don't even know if I could do that. Because, like, I didn't technically quit, and I didn't get fired. I'm just...
Well, I mean, you technically could still... It's a pandemic. I mean...
Right.
This would probably be like...
I've thought about it. I know that, like, sometimes they need to, like, contact your employer about it or whatever. And even though I'm, like, on good terms with them, they're not necessarily the most competent, understanding people.
He's coming home for Thanksgiving. And he's going to be living
The thing
right
for me
next
is
door.
that since I'm self-employed,
And
I'm
you
an
can play with
independent
him.
contractor,
That's right,
I
you'll get
can
some
apply
pictures
for it because
Here's the pictures of Sonny.
they don't know how much I make. My income is not stable.
Right.
Schools, and you ought to know some real good games to play. Ain't he something?
Yeah, but what?
Well, he's a boy.
Oh, he's a boy.
Sure?
My boy.
Golly, just couldn't
My
boy.
David, was it Overwatch pack? Was that guaranteed?
Yeah, it's a legendary loot box.
That movie actor Rudolph Valentino?
Gives you any legendary in the anniversary event.
I didn't have time to fix much, but it'll hold him till he gets home from school. I got a little surprise in there. I've been saving it for a special day, and I reckon this is...
One of our friends got the new Red Riding Hood skin.
For Overwatch?
Yeah.
I haven't played Overwatch in, like, a year.
School, all right. Millicent, Schuyler, and Potts. I reckon them three is the teachers.
Three teachers. Must be awful big school. Well, let's go in there and get you started.
Alright, guys. Noah?
Yeah.
Damon?
What?
That's what, I don't want to get shafted. Please don't give me something I don't want.
Shaft. Shaft. Shaft.
You.
Shaft.
Shaft.
What do you...
I got the Oasis Symmetra skin.
Oh.
Well, reckon maybe you can.
Fuck me. Fuck me.
Someone has parked a most disreputable looking vehicle outside.
I have no idea, like, what any of the new stuff in Overwatch is.
Gentlemen. Oh? Yes? What is it you wish?
Yes.
I'd like to get my nephew started into school.
Here?
Here's all right if you got room for